Yo, what is up, sleepers? It's your boy Eddbedhead here in the Sleeping Cinema, and today I have with me
Backstab 246, also known as Aleksey.
Otacon 426,
Ooh.
otherwise known as Jesus or Chewy.
You got JavierSenpai,
Hey.
other known as Javier.
Hey, and there will be timestamps in the pre-recorded version in the description section for our movie review if you want to skip ahead to that. But for now, let's buy our tickets and grab our favorite concessions.
So you added Javier back to your name?
I had
It was
to.
just Senpai for weeks.
Well, it's just Sen.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
remember it was said.
Well, what I want to
Well,
do.
that works with the movie we watched, but we'll talk about that later.
I want to do it because Aleksey did it, and then you did the full thing. So now I want to try it out.
All right, so how's you guys' week been?
Tiring.
It's been good.
Tiring. Good.
I'm mainly
Good,
saying
tiring.
that because of just last night, though.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
you were
an
up
idiot
late.
who mashes everything into one fucking
Hey,
day.
don't roast me too.
So it's
okay?
literally no one's fault other than yours that you're tired.
Hey, don't roast me too. I did the same thing. But
No, I will roast you. Why did you wait till the last second to put
Dude,
everything in?
And that's what I was telling Aleksey earlier. It was like I should have did it Wednesday because I took Wednesday off.
Yeah, that's a lot of time you have.
Yeah, like I took Wednesday off. Instead of watching Squid Game, you know what I watched instead? One Piece.
Oh my god.
That was all I watched.
You better be talking about One Piece for another hour then.
Bro, you want? I
Let's
can.
not do that.
I can.
Right,
Me and
that's
Aleksey
not
got
a
enough
one-
No,
content.
I'm kidding. I'm
This is
kidding.
not a One
I don't
Piece
even
review.
want to fucking listen to that.
So do you guys hear that Captain Luffy dies?
Dude, we've been talking about One Piece on this show since like our first episode. Every week we talk about One Piece.
Well, One Piece it's a big series, so you know.
All right.
No one cares about One Piece.
Okay, so
I'm kidding.
any notable events in your guys' week?
I got an iPad.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
sick. I spent a lot of money.
But now you get to play freaking iPhone games, which are pretty much the same.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Why'd you get the iPad, though? For what reason?
Rhythm game?
Well,
Hey,
Also
man,
because it
rhythm
has a
games
big
are dope.
screen and it was a good deal.
Okay.
What rhythm game did you get it for?
Sekai.
Oh.
It's
Not
a Hatsune
Osu?
Miku idol game.
Yeah, I see.
What?
I seen
Not
that.
Osu?
Bro, you got to play Pokemon Unite with me.
I actually downloaded that a couple
Oh,
days
let's
ago.
go.
I also
See,
played PUBG on it. I was crushing it.
That's because
We-
you're
we
playing
gotta-
against bots.
We got to team up.
No, I played a couple matches.
See, I've been
Also-
thinking about playing,
bots.
like downloading Pokemon Unite on my phone, but I'm like, I wouldn't even know how to play it.
It's
very
easy,
easy.
bro. It's really easy. You
Is
just
it-
download
is
it.
like
Just
a
don't
brawl
suck.
game?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like a brawl game.
What
it's
game?
kind of like Smite. Have you played Smite before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
Oh,
basically
similar
like that.
concept. Okay.
Yeah. Or like League of Legends.
No big events going on in my life. Just did some, like, I don't know, gardening last night. Yesterday as
For
well in the
fun?
morning.
Bro,
Not for fun.
You
I
went
had
out
to,
at midnight. He was just like pulling the weeds.
Had
and
to
gardening.
fix up. Me and my mom wood chipped the front yard a little bit.
oh,
put
make it a
plants
little
in.
pretty.
Yeah.
Sick.
So it's
Nice,
about as
dude.
exciting as my week got.
I-
Fucking bad.
What's your favorite flower, bro?
I don't have one.
Petunia.
No, I think it's gonna be the sunflower for him.
No, that's a boring flower.
No, it's in Shrek, bro. I know you love it.
I like Shrek, not the flowers.
Okay. As for me, I just started playing Dark Deception yesterday. Really interesting game. I like it if you like little arcadey type horror games. I also passed 900 subs, so let's go. We're almost there.
You're almost at a K, actually.
We're almost there.
Hell
so
yeah.
close.
I think you're like
24
980
away.
I think.
Yeah, like 9. Yeah, I think I'm about there, around there. But any other notable events for you guys?
I mean,
If there are, I can't remember.
I watched the Madoka movie.
Oh,
There's another one?
The third one. No, the third one from like 2014.
okay,
Oh.
okay.
It was really cool. I mean, there's some really cool ass like art and shit like that.
Ooh, we can talk about it later if you want to.
Yeah, and I guess I had a stream call with Paige and we watched more Code Geass. So that's
Oh,
cool.
nice, dude. It's a good dope anime.
I stopped watching after like one season.
Wow. At least you watched the whole season, though.
I'm,
That's
I'm actually
factual.
watching the dub.
Oh,
Surprisingly.
yeah, dude. The dub's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so with that, let's take our seats and let's get into these trailers. Any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
Metroid Dread. I just bought that game
Hey!
literally yesterday. I haven't opened it because I just still don't know if I actually want it now or if I should wait till it's on sale.
Oh shoot, yeah. I'm looking forward to this it's like a Thomas the Tank Engine horror game. I don't remember what it's called.
Choo choo something.
Yeah, dude.
I saw an
it's so
ad for
goofy that I want to play it so bad. Comes out like next year, I think, though, and it sucks.
I'm looking forward to the Kingsman movie coming out.
Did you say that last week too?
Yes, but like I'm getting more and more hyped every week.
Well, we're getting close, so
Well,
don't even worry about
You're
it.
gonna mention it next week too.
Yep.
Gonna mention
Every
it.
week.
Gonna mention it until it comes out. And
Yes.
he's gonna be like, "I was hyped for this movie."
Bro, you know what funny is?
Oh, I'm gonna laugh in your face if it turns out it's like terrible.
Yeah, that's what I was
that, would,
thinking.
that would be disappointment.
That's what I was thinking. Like he's so hyped for it, and then next thing the movie
I'll
comes
be
out, he's like,
disappointed if that
"That
happens.
was such a disappointing movie."
I kind of hope it's bad just for that.
I
Bro,
expect,
we can't pray for his downfall.
I expect the same quality as the first movie.
What about that second movie?
I don't talk about that one.
How many movies are there?
Just those two.
There's two?
Really?
That's it? I thought there were like 3 or 4.
Me too. I thought there was more.
Oh. Well, I mean, if the last one sucked, then there's a decent chance this one could suck too.
Shush.
All
This has
right.
potential.
You know,
So-
Eddie, I just realized.
Huh?
Why is this one down? Like the cable is like this.
The cables are down. What do you mean?
No, I mean like this. Like this one's down, but the rest yours is like over the mic. And
You're
you can put it
fine.
over the mic. It probably just fell off.
You're fine.
All right, so let's begin.
Nice.
Begin with House of Dragon. Plot: the story of the House Targaryen, set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It releases 2022. What did you guys think of the trailer?
Well,
It's
I've
got
never
Matt
s-
Smith, so I love it.
Well, I've never seen Game of
Fair enough.
Thrones, so I don't know how I feel about it.
I saw one season of Game of Thrones when it was good.
I've never seen it ever, and I never plan on watching it. But I'm seeing Matt Smith in here, and that just has me
So you're gonna watch?
happy.
Are you gonna watch
I might
this?
watch
then?
this. Yes,
I'm surprised
I
you
actually
haven't.
might watch it because of him.
That's stupid.
It's not stupid. He crushed it in Doctor Who. Okay, and I just want to see him act more. Okay.
Didn't someone else, some other Doctor Who, play in the Suicide
I was
Squad and you
disappointed
didn't
by
like
that.
him?
Yes, I was disappointed by that. Okay, David Capaldi. I was disappointed by
Yeah,
that.
the brain.
and
villain,
everyone,
right?
yeah, Brainiac or whatever they called him.
Whatever they
he,
called
he
him.
was. They did not use him to his fullest potential, and that was not his fault. That was the writing's fault.
All right,
he
but
has-
this is a review of House of Dragon,
Yes, yes,
so
yes,
let's.
yes, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
telekinesis. He's like.
Anyways, yeah. So I see Doctor Who. I watch.
I'm
it.
surprised you haven't watched Game of Thrones. You like the medieval sort of
I
thing.
do, but it's based on what I've heard from the ending. That I don't want. Why?
Fair
I'm
enough.
not watching it.
Then don't watch the ending. It's literally
Leave
everyone,
it at a cliffhanger.
Well, like,
No, everyone says just to stop right
George-
before the season ends.
George R.R. Martin is he's still working on the last book.
So the
And
studio
so the season isn't even technically like
Over.
no, the season isn't like technically canon to
Okay.
his writing because they were
'Cause the guys-
basing all the seasons on his books, but for the last season they didn't have anything to go off of.
they just wanted that quick cash grab.
Yeah, so they went
They got bored.
original.
They got bored,
So
and that's why they
stupid.
ended it.
Well,
Well, did I think?
These
Hopefully-
guys are dumb then.
Hopefully, he has more involvement in this one then, because the trailer looks pretty good. It's still got that high quality medieval theme to it.
I mean, medieval stuff still.
You're
it's
not
still,
too into
like,
it.
It doesn't interest me that much.
It's a cool period.
Does that
It's
mean,
fucking lame, dude. It's a bunch of fucking dudes in their shitty underwear.
They got swords.
does
they're
that
covered
mean,
in
Eddie,
piss
does that
and
mean you've seen
shit.
Game of Thrones or no?
Huh?
Have you seen Game of Thrones then?
I've seen the first 2 seasons.
Oh.
So I'm just one more
I'm
season.
trying to get my
left.
drink. I'm sorry.
All right, next we want to talk about one that you guys might actually have some feedback on. Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
It looks better than the first Resident
I haven't
Evil
even
movie.
said the plot yet.
Wait, what?
let,
What
me
do you
say,
mean?
let me say the plot first. Set in 1998, this origin story explores the secrets of the mysterious Spencer Mansion in the ill-fated Raccoon City. Releases November 24th of 2021.
I feel like the first movie had a higher budget than this one it does now.
Did they say how long the movie is gonna be?
Probably like
I can
90
probably
minutes.
I'm
look it
probably
up.
gonna say it's probably around 2 hours long.
Yeah, I didn't see a runtime
Because
for this.
they're putting in the plots of 1 and 2, and I mean,
Oh, that might be rushed.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably gonna be like 90 minutes. I feel like.
If they do 90 minutes for that, then it's gonna be a flop.
This movie's fucked.
Yeah, I don't see a runtime for it. So I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing it's.
Wait, what?
That's aspect ratio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no runtime for this movie announced yet.
My guess.
I'm glad that they're being more faithful to the actual source material, but like I don't like that they smushed both movies into this.
Yeah.
Also, the CGI looks a little bad.
It looks a little low budget.
To be fair, that's all Resident Evil for you.
Okay,
Did you watch the other movies?
Like the live action ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw the ones with
What's her name? Like
Alice.
Resident Evil Afterlife. and all that.
Alice.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
seen all of
actor's
those. Yeah,
name.
Those movies are bad.
I know. I know.
I know,
Yeah.
and they put so much money into those movies.
Too
I mean,
bad
I
they're bad.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the movie still.
Maybe that's why they went with a lower budget this one. They're like, we don't have the best track record with live action films.
Well, it felt like they went. There's
I
more
think
CGI in this one, isn't there? Gonna be than how it started off in the first one.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're just making a movie, and it's probably gonna be
The
a flop.
sets look kind of cool. Like
Mhm.
the RPD looks cool and faithful. The lighting is okay with
Mhm.
the water and like bouncing off and shit.
Like I said, the liquor is the only thing I don't like.
The liquor looked okay
See,
because they also show another monster like later on,
I know
and he
the-
looks really bad.
Oh yeah, no, you can tell he's.
He looked like a
100%
PS1 model.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if you've seen him. He was in the background, in the corner. He was the white monster.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
remember.
he looked really bad. Like he didn't belong in there.
Wait,
What?
the white monster.
Yeah, I was talking about that one. The main boss probably is gonna be in the movie.
Oh yeah, Birkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the zombie. You know, the first zombie that they encounter that turns its face to look at you.
Oh, that one.
That one looked okay. That
That,
looked okay.
they probably did take it from the.
They put
first-
Itchy Tasty in the trailer, which is pretty funny. I was digging that. Alexa, you good?
I was trying to see if it had the main guy's actor name on it.
Oh, for Resident Evil?
Yeah.
I got the roster open over here.
See, look at that.
Robbie Amell as Chris. I don't like that because I saw him in both Babysitter movies, and I'm like, I
don't
can't
even
see him.
know what Babysitter is.
And it's
Tomorrow.
a comedy horror movie, and I can't see him as anything else as a besides a comedy
Oh, yeah.
murderer.
Is he in it?
So you know,
The babysitter.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about
you know.
Yeah, this I don't know what to expect for this one. To
It
be
looks
honest.
it looks cheap.
Yeah.
The set looks
How much-
cool.
My
The
hopes
actors
aren't
look like
too
they're in
high.
How
cosplay.
much is the budget that they use for this
We
movie?
don't know.
Probably lower. They'll probably announce that as we get.
It's in
Is it
theaters
closer?
only,
Yeah.
also. So that's interesting.
Yeah, especially during these times. This is a very interesting choice to
Well, they
just
also, I
keep
think,
the theaters
I think
on.
they're trying to keep the theaters open as well too.
That's true, but I'm not sure this movie's gonna traffic a lot of people.
No, I
into
don't think
theaters.
so. I think it's gonna feature like the hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
we're gonna
brain dead people who don't.
So we're
who
gonna go
don't
watch
care.
it, right, Jesus?
You'll
I
have to
don't
wait and
know.
see. Alright, what's the next movie?
Bro, come
I
on.
love Ari, but
Okay.
man, I don't want to watch that.
All right,
Bro, we
so
can watch it and dog on
Just
it.
play the game.
So what's
Bro,
the
I
next
have
movie?
played-
Up
games.
next, we have Dragon Ball Superhero.
Eh.
The new movie will also feature new characters, and it takes place 10 years after the defeat of Boo. Releases 2022.
10 years after defeat of Boo.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Why
the-
don't they mention like the super events? Why did they mention Dragon Ball Z?
This is not going to be canon. We already know that because it's 10 years after this, so we can ignore this movie entirely.
Is it? Don't,
I'm going to ignore it.
Isn't-
It's not going to exist.
I'm not gonna watch
It's got
it.
that 3D animation.
Isn't the guy who made Dragon Ball? Doesn't he have like memory loss or something like that?
I have no idea.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have no idea.
I'm
All
not-
I know, he doesn't look. He definitely looks like an old man. Let's just say that.
Because I think I seen something.
To be fair, he is an
Did you
old
play
man.
Did you play Chrono Trigger?
What the heck's that?
Chrono Trigger, the RPG. Oh,
Was it good?
okay, never mind. Yeah, it's like one of the best RPGs of all time.
Did he
But,
work on it?
It's on the Super Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah, he did all the art.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Like
I
the
mean,
main
don't get me-
character looks like Goku.
I mean, don't
There
get
you
me
go.
wrong. I like his art style. I just know he has. I feel like. I
Well,
think he has-
this is also done in 3D, so like
That's probably what's throwing me off.
the
here.
Kakarot game was also done in 3D. I didn't really like the art style for that.
But it's actually very true to the story, though. I like that. But I like that they're showing Pan in here, so that's not a character a lot of people know about. So that's nice to see.
She's a little older in this one, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's 10
Which
years
is
older.
good because they finally grew their characters
It's
up.
about time.
Right.
Because Goten's been, what, like 5 the last 20 years?
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
wait. This takes place after they defeat Boo?
Yeah.
Didn't you pay attention?
Well, I'm just like realizing like.
The
in
fact that-
Super,
yeah.
in Super, they're in a whole. What year are they in then?
Also after Boo.
Like what?
I'm
a
guessing
couple
that's
months?
like immediately after Boo, yeah.
Like holy snap!
If they're still that young.
Does that mean Goku has Ultra Instinct and all that?
Guess we'll find out.
I might have to watch that for this now.
Does Go Trunks? What is it? Go Trunks? No.
Go Trunks.
Go Tanks, you mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one over there.
yeah. No, I'm trying to think. Goku's other kid. What's his name?
Go
Gohan.
Tanks or
Trunks?
Gohan or
No, the other kid.
Goten?
Goten.
Goten, yeah.
Goten?
Goten. I said Goten.
Goten, yeah.
Does that mean?
Yeah,
he's
you got us all
way?
fucked.
Right.
Who are you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking of his other kid. Does that mean finally?
Goten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gets to be
Goten.
older then, a lot older.
Yeah.
Wonder what his art design is gonna look like.
He's
That's
gonna
what-
look like
gonna
a
look like
fucking little,
Goku.
yeah, small Goku.
Bro, you don't know.
They all look like Goku.
No,
except for
Gohan. Yeah, Gohan switched hair. You don't know if he's gonna switch his hair. He could be all goth for all we know.
No,
He
that's
could
not
be
gonna
like,
happen.
He's gonna be like a future Trunk with
Oh
his
my
hair
gosh,
long ways
not
going
gonna
that
be.
way.
We'll see. We'll see. Up next, we have Cyrano. Plot. Too self-cautious to woo Roxanne himself. Wordsmith Cyrano de Bergerac or something like that helps defeat Christian Nab. Helps young Christian nab her heart through love letters.
All right. Before we say anything,
Roxanne.
Releases December 25th of 2021.
Just letting you know you got a new sub.
Oh, let's
Hey,
go.
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you,
Ignacio.
Ignacio.
Great name.
He said hola.
Hey, how's it going?
All right,
Ignacio?
before we get any further about this, I love that the main character they use is the guy who plays the villain in
Oh my
Underdog.
God. Give me the
course
guy from
Aleksey-
Game of Thrones.
Of course, he actually picked it up.
Peter Dinklage. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
Doesn't he play
Very
a lot of
obscure
big
movie.
blockbuster movies?
He's played stuff,
he's
but
in-
this
he's
is
in a
like
lot.
his. I think this is his first like major.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not putting him as
Role.
like a sidekick character or a sideline character.
I haven't seen him in many major movies.
It's good to have him in the
Except for
spotlight for
Underdog.
once.
Yeah, I'm curious.
And as for the movie itself, it looks like it's gonna be a musical type of movie.
and a good musical at that.
Yeah, it looks. I'm excited for it
What,
actually.
you didn't like
I was
Evan Hansen?
I was
The
a
singing
little
was terrible.
I was a little skeptical watching the trailer, but then as it progressed a little further, I'm like, okay, this
Kind of
actually,
girls on you, yeah.
yeah, it looks like it's gonna be interesting. It's also set towards like the later age of the medieval times when knights and stuff were around.
I didn't know he played in the crew.
Which is probably one of my favorite like era for movies to take place in. I really like that.
So boring.
Bro,
It's cool.
fucking
bro,
boring.
he's the freaking eagle. He's Mighty Eagle in
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds too.
you ever seen
Oh, yeah, I
a
can
Knight's
hear it.
Tale? You guys ever seen A Knight's Tale? That's also it's not a musical, but it's kind of have like similar story. I feel like.
Yeah, this is like this is gonna be like a love type movie with singing. So
He was in
I'm
Avengers.
actually excited for it though. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
was also in Avengers as well.
Yeah, he treated
Yeah, the
Yeah, he's
god.
the guy who built Thor's hammer.
He's
Are
the
you,
giant
are you
god.
brain dead?
How did
think
you not
so.
notice that?
He's in a lot of movies, and it's good that he finally has his own.
Bro, I don't know.
You don't know how to
you
feel
don't
about
know
it?
what.
I'm blown away how many movies he's done.
He's a prolific actor. But yeah, I'm excited for it. All right. So now let's get into our thoughts before going into No Time to Die. So what were you guys thinking before we watched this movie?
I thought it was No Time to Die, so I had to go and watch it.
What?
Oh, okay, bad joke. Anyways,
Like, none of us had nothing to say.
terrible joke. But yeah, anyways, I thought it was, I don't know what to expect. I never watched the James Bond movies. I didn't really like the actor because of his blue eyes. They just there and like they're so
Daniel
blue.
Bro, then how do
Daniel
you,
Craig.
Are you racist?
It's blue eyes. That's got nothing to do with it.
bro, how do you like this movie then? Like,
Because they're not as like in your face, you know.
He has a kid that has deep
exactly,
blue
yeah,
fucking eyes.
really deep
I didn't
blue
notice
eyes.
that very well.
Bro, what?
He even said,
We'll get into the specifics
But
of that
anyways,
later.
yeah. I didn't know what to expect going in. I knew it was gonna be a lot of action and like spy stuff.
He
So
just knew it was be a James Bond movie.
yeah.
So yeah, you had never seen a 007 movie
Nope.
before, right?
I tried watching the first one, but I only got through the intro.
Dang, you tried watching the 1960?
No,
James
the
Bond?
2006 Casino Royale.
All right, what about you, Javier?
Well, I'm only basing it off the first movie I've seen, which is the Casino Royale.
Mm-hmm.
After watching that, I'm like, it feels like it's gonna be a great movie.
Yeah.
I low-key, okay, this is weird to say, but I said this to Jesus. When I would watch Casino Royale, I'm like, man, the main actor,
Mm-hmm.
he was ripped in the very the
Oh
start of
yeah,
it.
he still kind of is, but I mean, he's just like Daniel
Age is
Craig's like an
catching up.
older man, yeah. So
yeah, like Javier said, he was hot.
I did.
Hey,
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
can get behind that. He was a good-looking,
Yeah, I was
well-built
like,
man.
man, because I don't know, I've been simping over.
Well, I mean, James
The
Bond is
Rock.
supposed to be, well, has historically been, I should say, a good-looking, younger man. But we'll get into the more specifics of what's going on with that later on, which I'm excited for.
But yeah, no, like, just
Oh, that explains a lot.
Why?
We'll talk.
That
What-
he's hot.
No.
What about you?
What I just read.
What about you, Jesus?
I mean, I've seen most of his films. I don't remember much of them, but it's a spy movie.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of assumed that all the plots were going to be the same because they have been in the past. It's very similar to shit in the past.
Like Austin Powers?
Well, I guess they found a formula that works, so they're sticking with it.
Yeah, it does get a little tiring in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
All right, so yeah, I've only seen like 2 of the movies a few years ago, which was Casino Royale and Skyfall. So it's been a while for me because I watched those around the time they came out. But I know enough about him to get the references that are still used in media today. Like a lot of the spy stuff we have today is still based on James Bond.
you know what made me upset? The fact I couldn't watch all 4 of them because you had to buy like.
Yeah, you
The
had to
other 2?
pay for the extra one. Yeah.
Well, he wants to buy them. I just rent them.
No, I rented the first one and I was like, man, I wish I bought this.
It's good, dude.
I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. And then I was gonna like get the second one, and I got told from someone else from my job was like, he was just like, yeah, don't watch it. It's garbage. Just don't watch it. You can just skip over it. Go to Skyfall.
Yeah, I was just expecting a high budget spy movie, which what we got. So with that, let's get into the spoiler free review. All right, spoiler-free review of No Time to Die. No Time to Die was released October 8th of 2021, starring Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, and Rami Malek, directed by Kari Joji Fukunaga. It's rated PG-13. Plot summary: James Bond has left active service. His peace is short-lived when Felix Leiter, an old friend from the CIA, turns up asking him for help, leading Bond onto a trail of mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. What is your guys' overall thoughts of the movie without getting into spoilers?
It was good. At points, I was getting a little tired. Probably partly because it was a late showtime, and also because I was buzzed.
Yeah, not a best combo to watch it, yeah.
But like I could just see all the dots kind of coming together the same way as I've seen them in other James Bond movies.
Mm-hmm.
You mean
So-
like all the major points and then the end, just like, oh well, that should have been
Just
expected.
like the structure of how things go.
Like it's a big mystery at first, and then
Yeah.
little clues come up here and there. Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. What about you, Javier? We can come back to you.
God dang it.
What about you, Aleksey?
What are my thoughts?
Yeah,
about it?
without getting into spoilers.
I thought it was just like a good action movie. It, like I said, like he said, it did get slow at certain parts, like really slow. Where like, okay, so how long is this movie again? I didn't notice how long the movie was, so I'm honestly surprised how long it is. And I don't know. I'll say that for later.
Okay. I thought there was really great action in this movie. The cinematography, like the camera shots and stuff, was really beautiful. Every part of the story is wrapped up nicely in this film. Like all the loose ends are tied and everything. Also, I gotta say that theme song, amazing, performed by Billie Eilish. And then the little instrumental will play every once in a while whenever he was with his love interest. You could hear it in the background. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I didn't actually notice that.
Yeah.
Nor did I.
Happy about that.
And I had a great time watching it. It did have a little bit longer of a runtime, so I mean, go in prepared for like a 3-hour movie because it's gonna feel like that. So, what about you, Javier?
Yeah, I would just say like there's a lot of moments where it's just super slow, like you guys pointed out. So as you can, like I was talking about earlier, I fell asleep on it.
Oh,
like though I think I don't know what scene. It was like
It was a late show time.
It was during a pretty like
important scene.
Was it
let's
important?
not go into details.
dude. We're not.
no,
He might.
I don't even know. That's
He
the
was
thing.
asleep during
Yeah.
whatever the scene was.
Fair enough.
What do you guys rate it out of 10 then?
7.5.
It's a 7.5.
Yeah, I would say even though I fell asleep in the movie, it was probably an 8 still.
I gave it an 8.5. I really enjoyed it.
I think it was pretty good. For
Okay.
what it was.
Let's compare to some online ratings then. The critics from Metascore gave it a 70 out of 100. Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter is an 84%. Meanwhile, the audience on IMDb gave it a 6.10, and Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 89%. So the average of all those scores is 79.75%.
So roughly what I said. Like
Yeah,
an 8.
like an 80. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Now, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, I'd like to take a moment to ask you to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. Comment down below and subscribe. It means the world to me. Also, check out the Patreon and make sure to follow these guys on their social medias. The links are in the description. We are also on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere, anytime.
Are you on phone?
God
Plus?
damn it.
God.
Are you on buildabear.com?
I just want I just want one stream where we don't make this joke.
I think it's on Hot Topic.
You telling us not to do it
You
with
can
your hand motions makes me want to do it more.
Is it on HotTopic.com?
You can download our podcast on Build-A-Bear and put in a little voice box on your
Oh wow, I
device.
actually could.
I saw a TikTok that's kind of like that. Oh, really? Yeah, it was like the brother was telling them that his dog died.
Oh,
He put it in the voice box.
oh no.
He just had it right to the thing and just like, okay, say it again.
That's dark.
Oh no.
And he said it right in front of the employee.
Oh no.
That's dark.
And then he re-recorded it, and it was more just matter of fact. It
Oh gosh.
That is dark.
was
All
pretty
right.
funny.
Let's get into
How is that funny?
let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. All right, now let's take an in-depth review of No Time to Die. Any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about?
Okay, I do have one scene. It's you know when the ship goes down, right? When he's in the ship and the
Oh yeah, when he's in the
starts
ship
sinking.
with Felix, the CIA agent.
After he escapes and he's in the life raft, they pan to a ship that's there, and then next thing moment, there's a random pan, and he's already getting it into a car. It's like, what happened? Like, why does he go from there? Like,
They
I
just probably
understand.
skip through the movie, like that certain part.
Like, I get it was already a long time, but it was such a stupid transition, in my opinion.
You didn't like the transition.
Well,
No.
yeah, I didn't like that either.
I was
because,
confused for a second there.
Fair enough.
Because I thought once he got into the car, I thought he was just going to drive it in the water and just use it as a
That's-
submarine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
fair
is the
enough.
car on the boat or
Because-
something?
Yeah, because the boat that he got on was a freight boat. If you didn't notice that, it had nothing but the big freight
Cargo.
They also
Yeah.
didn't show how that boat.
Got there.
No, but they showed it before he left, like when he was leaving to go to the ship, where the CIA.
I don't remember that.
You guys don't remember?
What
It
are
was-
you saying?
I'm trying to say they showed that ship in the background when James left. from
No,
the
but I'm
dock.
saying how does
The boat was probably just going that way.
but
Talk
how
about luck.
why did that boat have his car in it?
No,
It did-
no. That's what Aleksey's trying to say though.
Like,
I thought,
it didn't have it.
No, it didn't. But I'm trying to say, I thought that's what they were going to when they.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a freighter that was like from MI6 or the CIA that just had James's car.
Well, they had a
That's
car.
what
They
makes the
could've-
transition so weird.
Well, it looks exactly like his car, except in
it's-
black.
It's a very strange scene. I agree with you guys. That doesn't make much sense story-wise. I also want to talk about Bond breaking up with Madeline. So seemingly finally finding some peace with Madeline, Bond finally decides to let his guard down, only to have a coordinated attack on him by Spectre. Blofeld convinces Bond it was Madeline who betrayed Bond, claiming her to be part of Spectre. Bond snaps and loses all trust in Madeline, sending her away and abandoning any chance at a normal life. And I think this is such a sad intro to a James Bond movie. Like, all the characters are all heartbroken and stuff. And it was, like, probably one of the first times that Bond looks so happy.
It's kind of her fault too, because she just kept saying like, "Oh, I got all these secrets, but I'm not gonna tell you."
Yeah, that's true.
But then,
Yeah.
then she says she was though. Like
Yeah, but why couldn't she just fucking say them right there when they were talking about
because then
said
that's-
secrets?
see,
Maybe it was too heavy for her. Some things, like, maybe telling Bond, like, yeah, my dad was a murderer, is a little heavy of a topic to talk about.
I mean, to be fair, he's done a lot worse.
Yeah, it's like
so.
James Bond is a fucking murderer too.
So, I mean-
but he's government contracted. I
Yeah.
don't think her father was.
Licensed to kill.
Yeah, literally. Which is a line they use in the movie.
That's all the main villain talked about was the fact that they were the same.
Yeah.
Like they were both killers, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the only difference is, like you guys pointed out, James is actually contracted to kill people. He's just like, well, I just do it because
Just because I gotta do it.
I gotta do it. I know these guys are the dumb ones, even though he's the dumb one.
Another. What you had something to say?
Go ahead.
Another scene that I really liked was actually at the very beginning.
Mm.
Then the entire scene is just super cool.
Oh, you're talking about...
Explain what scene.
The car scene. When they're in the car and he's about.
Oh,
and
when
the
he's
guy-
escaping Spectre?
Yeah, escaping
Oh, yeah,
Spectre,
yeah.
and then
Mm-hmm.
the guy that looked like Junior Cortez from
Cyclops.
Cyclops. That's it. Yeah. Comes up and he just repeatedly shoots the same spot over and over and over again.
The
I feel
bulletproof glass.
like he could have taken some better options there somehow. I don't know what.
He was in the heat of the
What
moment.
could he
though.
have possibly
I
done?
don't know. He probably could have done something better though.
He was kind of moronic for that, yeah.
Well, the one thing I would say to that is the fact how slow he's shooting with it. He
Yeah,
didn't-
Well, it's a
Yeah.
shotgun.
Yeah, it's-
Oh, okay.
No,
Is it-
I thought he was using a normal SMG.
Yeah,
I think
he picked up an SMG.
Yeah, he just picked up an SMG.
then the for whatever reason the shot sounded way too like heavy. I don't know.
I
Maybe
also-
it was a heavy.
I also thought it was such a heartbreaking scene because, like, freaking Madeline was freaking out and Bond was just, like, casually sitting there, like, not comforting or helping in any way.
I think the goal
It
of
was
him
to
doing
threaten the
was just threaten
I'm-
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
it
I'm
was.
willing to die because I don't care. Since I'm trying to see if you're lying to me or not.
Yeah, but it's so scary, dude.
It clearly didn't work though.
Like, it was he was shooting at her side, so she was like the one who was freaking out.
I think if they were shooting at him though, I think he would just sat there still like that
Yeah,
too. 'cause
probably.
At that point in time, he's just like, I'm over this. I'm tired. I'm not even supposed to be doing this anymore. Like,
Fair enough, yeah. But that scene where he pulled out the machine guns from his car was pretty cool. though.
dude, that was
That's
awesome.
classic spy stuff, spy movie stuff.
Should we talk about the saddest scene yet, or should we save that?
The saddest scene?
Yeah,
talking
in
about
my
towards the-
opinion.
What? You're gonna bring that up now?
That's what I said. Should I bring it
We'll
up?
save
or-
it. All right, next let's talk about well, I'm gonna jump a little further forward. James Bond meeting his daughter.
The person that Aleksey didn't see had
That's a big old jump.
eyes.
Yeah. After finally meeting Madeline again after 5 years, Bond and her return to Madeline's childhood home. There, he meets Madeline's daughter, who has the same eyes as Bond. She claims it's not his, but he and the audience know it is. It's a bittersweet moment as this is the only normal moment he spends with his daughter.
Yeah, it's weird that she never like
Questions?
at some point say like, yeah, no, I was lying. It's totally your daughter. or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Because by the end I was confused because the Rami Malek, his character,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I kind of assumed that it was his kid because
Oh, the way he was treating her?
yeah.
Oh. I mean,
think
yeah,
he-
that did cross my
I
mind.
think he
too.
was just a weirdo. I was like,
I don't know if he was a weirdo.
He
he was trying to corrupt the little girl to see his world's view.
Yeah, it's really weird.
He's like, if I tear this family apart and
He let
raise
her go
his
too
daughter-
easily, though.
Yeah, he did. He's like, all right, if you don't want my protection, you can leave. And she's like, all right, bye.
That was funny. Though.
That's
She
probably
left,
the easiest escape right there ever.
she left to go get her bunny thing.
It's like, but why did he let her go if he had like an advantage? He had a hostage with him.
I don't think he cared at that point.
Yeah, I guess not. But he
Well,
had,
why didn't he care? I mean, he could have.
he had a hostage over Bond. If he could have continued to use her, be like, hey, I'm gonna kill her if you try to freaking blow up my secrets.
Bond's also smart. You just figure out
That's
somehow
true.
to like
Another-
shoot him in the arm or something.
Another
true.
flaw here, in my opinion, is the whole scene where they're blowing up the island. Right?
Yes.
They're
nuclear
saying
missile
how
strikes.
destroying the island will destroy all the
Research.
the research and the little nanobots that are already alive, and there's like probably trillions of them because they're like a whole river of them. And so when they did that, wouldn't they just spill out into the ocean and spread out?
Well, I think there's
Or would they just die?
Maybe they got burned in the explosion.
All of them?
I don't know.
The chances of that happening are like so slim. I feel like it wasn't the best way for them to do it.
Yeah.
You know something funny I thought about right now is like I'm trying to think James Bond's lover. What's
Oh,
her name?
Madeline?
Yeah, Madeline. The fact that she has the nanobots on her, and if she runs into any of that guy's family,
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
the crypt, the main boss of the crypt, I don't know his name.
Oh, Spectre bad guy?
Yeah, the Spectre.
Blofeld?
Yeah.
Why would he ever run into any of them?
You
They
never
were
know.
already all killed off at the Cuban party. We can
No.
talk about that too.
No, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking,
was
like,
gonna mention like you guys skipped a big old portion.
I saved the Cuban party because that was my favorite moment, so we can talk about it. So, Cuban party infiltration. After agreeing to help Felix, Bond teams up with Paloma in order to track down the missing scientist. They infiltrate a Spectre party, only to find out Blofeld is somehow hosting it from prison. The bigger twist comes when all the Spectre members are eliminated. The scientist flees in fear, but him and the authorities are no match for Bond and his new partner. I think this scene is really well done because I think Paloma, the new girl spy lady,
badass. Is
her name-
she's badass.
Is her name Popcorn?
Yeah, that's her name in the movie. That's what they have her listed as. But yeah, she was really cool. I think she was a good comedic relief because she kept drinking with Bond
got
because she was
moves, though.
nervous. Yeah,
She got 3 weeks of training.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
Oh,
of
I only had 3
training.
weeks, and he's like 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Honestly, I feel like her entire
She should have been James.
Yeah, I feel like
she
her
should have been
role there-
007.
Yeah, I agree with that.
her role in that short scene was better than all of
new-
Lashana Lynch's role as the new 007.
She seemed a little too serious.
Lashana.
I think that's because she was
kinda
new. She was
pissy.
by the book.
Yeah, I think so. She plays Nomi is the name of her 007 character. Yeah, I think maybe because she's so new at her role that she doesn't want to screw it up.
Yeah, so she's going by the book. She's not going anything. So towards the end there, she obviously did that because James Bond was there to kind of show her the ropes a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's like it's okay to break a few rules as long as you get the mission done.
Yeah.
They never answered her what 00 number he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Well,
she
they
was-
did reinstate him as 007.
Yeah, but before that, he was 00 something.
You know he was 007.
Maybe there was a
Don't lie.
secret. Maybe there's a
No, but they
secret
kept calling
008.
Nomi 007.
Nomi, was fighting for that position, so it was really sweet when she finally gave it over to Bond.
If they make a,
I don't remember anything about the 00 program or why it's important.
I don't know either. But
be
if
honest.
they do make
I think
another,
that means he's the commander of the unit when they're on the move.
Oh.
if they do make another 007 movie and she's in it, they better have Paloma in it because I feel like she would be very good in that.
Yeah, so this is what I was alluding to earlier. So historically, James Bond has been a good-looking man, but now we finally get to see a woman who's doing 007. I think it's a really interesting twist and probably one that I'm looking forward to be honest.
I kind of wish it was Idris Elba.
Yeah, I heard people say
there
that
was
too.
rumors about that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That would have been dope too. But maybe having Nomi here, this Lashana Lynch as the 007 would be better because she doesn't have like a bunch of big rosters or movies. It doesn't seem like that people know her for. So maybe now she'll be associated as the 007 agent now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's also my theory of why she doesn't have such a big role in the movie is probably because they put her in there as like a test run to see how audiences would react to a new 007.
What if
character.
people didn't like her? They're just gonna kill her off like off
They
screen.
might,
Like, oh, she
or,
just.
or
Or
they
they-
might use her in one movie and just kill her off in that.
Or they just go really far forward in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I-
I'm interested to see how they're
want-
gonna take the series.
I want to see it because I think she has the potential to be a very good spy / action hero because she's got the badass vibe to her as a spy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely got the skills and cool-headedness to handle such a role.
So something that I thought about when I was in the theater, and I said this to Jesus, you know how like every spy movie or like mission kind of movie,
Mm-hmm.
like you know how they always take a scientist or go to a lab to like destroy it and take some rare secret government stuff.
Yeah,
I always think about why doesn't scientists get trained to use guns?
Seriously,
Like at that
that
point,
would be smart.
like you would imagine like they're brainiacs, so I'm pretty sure using a gun would not be impossible for them.
I mean,
good point. I don't know.
after all these movies, maybe these days in real life, scientists probably are trained in
like, use a
some
gun, yeah.
self-defense.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, not even like because like a lot of scientists aren't the beefiest. I won't deny that.
Mm.
But the fact that if they at least know how to use a gun, they have a gun underneath their desk or something, they just pull out, just fight.
It would probably save a lot of like major security issues at that point.
Because the fact of the when they break into the lab, there was one guard there. He got shot in the head
Yeah.
because he was reading a
That
magazine.
was pretty bad. That was pretty stupid.
I was like, what is this?
This top secret government agency only has one sleeping guard.
No, he was just
Like, yeah, that is a little dumb, dude.
That's how you know it's top secret.
It's like no one
all
would
the
ever
budget,
think
all
about
the budget
breaking.
went to the technology.
They wouldn't dare.
They wouldn't dare break into this lab. So let's hire one guy who reads a magazine most of the shift. And oh, little do you know, oh my God, someone broke in.
Oh my gosh.
What? And then that big boss guy M, he was just like, I can't believe someone broke in. No one would ever do that to a secret government base.
Yeah, it's so dumb,
Like
dude.
what?
That scientist is pretty funny.
He is.
Yeah. Oh no, he was funny. I don't know.
He died at the end for
I
being.
feel like he didn't know which side to go for. He was like, whoever had him was like, okay, I'll work for you.
I liked him up until he was racist, but then he died once he said his racist remark.
I can wipe out your whole race.
It's
Yeah,
like,
he
what
said
the
that.
frick, dude? I did not expect that from this
And she
movie.
looked down. She's like, okay, bye.
It's like, you're dead now. I'm like, what the heck, bro? All right, next I want to talk about is James Bond's death. Seemingly out of nowhere, Lucifer fights his way into the scientific work and barricades his little lab place and faces Bond one last time. Knowing he's no match for the secret agent, Lucifer infects Bond with a virus that could wipe out anyone he touches. Bond, in turn, sacrifices himself in order to save humanity from this deadly weapon by opening the lab for a missile strike. It's a heartbreaking scene, knowing that he has to say goodbye to his daughter he just met and a wife he just got back together with. I'm sure if I grew up with the series and paid more attention to it, maybe I would have cried. But it was still a really touching scene. And I think it wraps up every part of the story very well. You know, Spectre is dead, the weapon is destroyed, and the villains are killed off.
Wasn't that a garden that they fought in, not a lab?
It was a garden lab. It was like
Was it?
it was a hybrid of both.
I thought it was just what was kind of like garden, like a Zen garden or whatever it's called.
He grows poisons. That's the point of the garden. And then they take that to the lab section for the scientists to turn into the virus.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been also more attached to it if I paid attention to the movies as a kid. But like I was a kid when these movies came out.
You just
So
watch for the action. When you're
Yeah,
a kid.
basically.
Yeah, I really felt the emotion in that scene, especially when Daniel Craig or James Bond got poisoned with the DNA of his child and loved one. And basically made it so he killed himself in the end, but if he hadn't killed himself, he would have been permanently unable to see his child and wife ever again
Yeah, and
otherwise he'd kill him.
he was asking around too. It was such a heartbreaking scene. He's like, "Is there a cure? Is there a cure?"
He
to
could
this?"
have seen them. But he just can't touch them.
Maybe that would have been too big of a risk too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the daughter would definitely run up to him. He's like, "Dad, oh no!" And he gives him a hug. Oh, Dad, oh well, I want to kill myself a little bit more.
I also
literally
like Lashana's role in that scene. Like, it was just a very small scene, but you could see some emotion on her face in that scene as well.
Yeah.
And I
Wait,
like that.
Are you talking about that point when she hands the comm off,
Yeah,
or
when
the
she had
very,
the comm off,
or
when
the,
she hears
the
everything.
very end?
I think she looked up to Bond, even though she had like a little bit of a rivalry to him with him. I think she looked up to him, and so it was probably hard for her to see her hero die like that.
And so it was that scene that made me really like the character after that.
You know, I just realized that there was that one white guy.
Yeah, I
who
was just about to bring that. That
yeah,
white guy
because of
who
the
was,
fanboy.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh
he was-
yeah,
I was
the
gonna say, what do you
traitor,
guys-
the
yeah, what do you
CIA
guys-
traitor.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
What do you guys
always
think
one
about
traitor.
him?
There's always one traitor.
Yeah, dude, he was always sus from the
I
moment.
didn't like him.
He was too happy, like...
He was too sus from the moment he was introduced. Overly enthusiastic, very questioning.
Like if I had to choose a very like action scene that I liked in the whole movie, it's gonna be there in that portion when they were in the forest.
Oh yes, the forest scene was pretty cool.
I like that was probably
Bond and his wife were escaping from
And his kid.
Lucifer and his forces. Yeah, and his kid.
Yeah, I think that's probably gonna be one of my favorite scenes right there because there's the satisfaction of seeing that crusty white guy with a smile.
Crusty white guy.
Crusty
He was like
white
20.
guy.
He
No,
was
but
like
Specifically that
crusty.
the
yeah,
traitor.
The traitor, bro. The
Yeah,
crusty
how is he
looking-
crusty?
He looked crusty, bro. Smile all the time. He's like, and then, bro, that was the fact when he got crushed by that what was it, Jeep? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was satisfying.
That
bro,
was
I was like, thank God he freaking died.
I don't know why he bothered to beg Bond for help. Like, dude, you literally murdered one of his close friends, and now you're about to kill his daughter. Now you're asking for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Please, Bond, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill him.
It's like we're brothers, bro.
Like, yeah,
Like, what, did you really think that would work?
Yeah, maybe.
You should have just accepted his fate, dude. That was so pathetic.
What would you say is your favorite action scene?
Favorite action scene? That was a really good one. The one you mentioned.
I really liked
Did you say the Cuban party was?
Yeah, the Cuban party was my favorite though.
well
Yeah, it's
the
hard to-
screen turned black.
But yeah, it does
That
that
happens.
sometimes.
Yeah, it does
Just
that.
give it a second.
Oh yeah, okay. Was there anything like cool, like a specific like little piece in any action scene
I like
that was
when
your
they were
favorite part?
running through like the buildings because I like to look at the scenery of like that area in particular, like really beautiful. So it was cool to see them fight from like the rooftops.
Because I guess the one that stuck most with me was like the very beginning once he like starts getting chased in the
On the
beginning.
bridge.
Like after the
Because he hides behind that shallow little rock and then the car flips over.
Yeah, that was
dude,
epic.
I thought the car was gonna go on its side. The fact he just like
and
it was
then,
like a giant
then
He
immediately
bungee
after
jumps.
he jumps, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was an intense scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That was really great cinematography. That camera shot panning out was really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite piece of action was actually
I
from
couldn't.
Paloma.
Oh,
Yeah.
when she was fighting.
Yeah,
all
when she
at the
fighting,
party.
she was doing all that acrobatic stuff in 3 weeks of training. That was just so cool.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually pretty good. Yeah.
My favorite character, though, I think his name was this one. I think his name was Q, but he was the scientist.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
who encrypted all or
Bro,
decrypted all the data.
Or when Bond goes over to his house. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
he had a date planned that night. They interrupted.
Like, oh yeah, just do this for me.
I thought it was with the
007.
No, not 007.
Oh, the lady.
The
The
lady
secretary?
the secretary. I thought it
Oh.
was with her.
Who shot him in Skyfall?
Because he was just like she was just like, do you got any plans tonight? And then she brings him over.
Like, oh, you got a guy with you.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be with him, and he's just like, well, shit. I don't want this.
Either way, he did have a date plan. He's like, can't I just have a night for myself?
And then he brings in the Bond's like, here's the rest of the files. Now you can finish up filling in the, like, what was it, like 7% that he needed?
Yeah.
7% just to fill in the rest. Like, you had 93% of the files already.
Well, it completed everything, and they got the ball rolling. I did have some questions during the movie. It's like, why did the British government approve Project Hercules? Seemed like
Heracles.
Heracles, right? They kept
Um,
saying it like that.
it's probably what they said. They wanted a more efficient, no casualties type of weapon, but they just didn't think about the outcomes.
Yeah, I was about to say, surely they must have known this weapon could have used to
be a bioweapon.
Yeah.
Was it under the radar actually? Was
Yeah,
it not
it
approved?
under the
It was
radar.
approved by the government, but it was like a
really?
secret approval.
This is why I say the scientists should have had guns.
And the reason why it had to be so secret is because if the other world powers knew about it, they would surely go to war over it, trying to
dude.
take
Well, yeah,
that weapon.
Such a
away from
weapon
them,
like
'cause
that.
That's worse than a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they literally just one touch.
Well,
Nanobots
has
kills them.
potential to literally wipe out the human race.
And it's stuck on their agents forever.
Mhm.
I know the fact.
Dude, that's so insane. That
You
means you
can't-
couldn't even transport the corpses either. What do they do with all the dead
They
corpses?
probably
then?
just burn them.
Yeah, probably that's all you can do.
Like
Bond blew up.
Bond or
Yeah.
the I'm trying to think
Lucifer.
of the villain.
Yeah, Lucifer blew up too.
One thing, like, we didn't talk about like real dislikes yet, so
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
It's weird that all Bond villains seem to have like a physical deformity.
That's true.
That's true. That is a strange.
Wait,
His entire
That's-
face was burnt, wasn't it?
You
Yeah,
said
and
that's
then Belfold or whatever his name was, I already forgot it.
Belfold.
Yeah, had a missing eyeball. Yeah.
Isn't that
Blofeld. No wonder it sounded weird.
What doesn't Cyclops have his eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a Cyclops eye too. Yeah.
They share eyes.
I'm trying to think. In Casino Royale, was the villain deformed in a sense? Like, was he had anything wrong with him? I think he was.
He had a,
It's been
he had a
too
scar
long.
through his eye.
Oh,
Another.
another
He also had asthma too. Yeah, never mind.
He had
another
asthma?
major question I had is why did Lucifer wait until this last movie to finally plan his attack?
For real.
Like, if he's been in the background in all these movies, working on his little illegal poison trade, how come he finally
I think
waited
he was
till
probably waiting for the
The
bioweapon.
scientist?
Yeah, the bioweapon to be made.
now?
Because remember, the guy who made it was already caught.
That's true.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know much about like Spectre and the organization, so I can't say much about the build-up here. But
Mhm.
it does seem shallow for his character. The reveal of this character does not seem
Important.
very important. It's
Yeah.
not like, wow, I didn't see that coming
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that.
If anything,
Well,
it's
I
a
mean,
little...
what would you even be able to see? It's the first movie you watched.
No, I'm just saying that the character's introduction or entrance is just not like mind-blowing or anything.
Well, his
Yeah.
introduction was him killing
The family.
Madeline's mother.
Yeah,
That was a
because-
good scene. I did
And,
enjoy
and
it.
they did set it up
Dude,
because
why-
they implied that the dad killed his family.
Yeah,
Yeah, but why did
what
he
happened to
wait
Agent
all
White?
these years to finally get back?
That's a good question.
Well, like I said,
Like, he could have killed Madeline at any point,
Well, I don't think he wanted to kill her.
Yeah,
but not her specifically, yeah.
I think, like I said, I think he just was waiting for some type
Bioweapon?
of bioweapon to be made
Hmm.
because he already knew I think the scientists. You know how Aleksey said that the scientists could go either way.
Yeah.
I think the scientist was already just 100% for the guy because he was just the guy was supporting his
Fair
Yes.
enough. All
his
right.
studies.
What is your guys' least favorite moments or moments that should be cut from this
All right.
movie?
There's a very big
Sorry.
flaw here. Like, the censorship is getting out of hand. First scene,
What?
the mother gets shot. No blood.
Oh, it's always
Uh,
been like that.
I'm
It's a
seeing it more and more
PG-13
now.
movie.
I get that, but
Was it PG-13?
yeah, it's PG-13. I thought it would be rated R or something like that.
The most
but
you'll
that
ever
explains
get
it.
is
One
Daniel
swear word?
Craig's face has some dirt and then a little bit of blood on his
It's
face.
still dumb. I feel like we've seen PG-13 movies that had a lot more blood than this. I'm just saying,
Maybe.
like, if you get shot, they should be bleeding, okay?
Dude, it's not a fucking slasher film.
That's actually a slasher film. If you get shot, you're gonna bleed. They didn't bleed in this.
If everyone was wearing like black ass suits, how are you gonna see the blood?
Was Royale PG-13 then?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
I think.
But, yeah, I'm just saying,
weird that they went
10 out of 10, not enough blood.
10 out of 10, not enough blood. What about you, Jesus? Any criticism for this movie?
Wow,
You know?
that's weird because in that movie they actually showed a lot of blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause
maybe.
that-
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Alexi's right. They've toned it down
Because
more.
remember in the certain scene he got shot right here in the gut
Mm.
after killing he literally choked the person out and killed him right in front of him.
Oh yeah, that was a brutal scene.
Like,
where he killed Cyclops, where he strangled Cyclops and then popped his eye out.
I'm also thinking Royale too. Like,
Oh, in Royale?
Yeah, but yeah, this one. Well, I mean, there's no blood coming out of it.
Yeah, because it was a robotic eye.
I forgot what the black guy's name was again. Felix. Yeah, didn't he bleed?
Yeah, he
I don't
did.
remember.
Oh, yeah, he
was
bled
right
out,
here,
too.
on the
Yeah.
side.
Hardly.
Hardly. What do you mean?
There was hardly any blood
Bro,
there.
Well, he was also
all stained right
he was
here.
also drowning, which was also a tragic scene.
And,
Yes.
you gotta also remember they were applying pressure to the wound so they could slow
My
the brother.
point still stands.
Oh my god!
That was a tragic scene, though. He's like, "Leave me behind."
I think if anything, Aleksey, I feel like the scene you're talking about is when James gets shot.
That
Yeah,
too,
the ending. He gets shot like 5 times,
And there's
he's like,
no bullet. There's no
There's
bullet.
not even a bullet
wound,
wound.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
or-
It's
like
weird.
you can
like,
see,
bro, they just went through me. It's all good.
like he got shot, and he's the only thing that shows that he got shot. He's limping.
Yeah, he got shot in his
He's
leg.
like, "Oh,
Cool, he had black
oh."
pants on, so I can understand why you don't see blood. But he also got shot in the back, but there was not even a bullet hole in his shirt or no red on his shirt. So like, come on, guys, you gotta do better than that.
Bond isn't human.
Bond's
So
a
that was
robot,
kind of
bro.
ridiculous.
He's a cybernetic robot. Come on.
I didn't like how we barely got to see any of Rami Malek's character. He felt more like a B or C character than a villain. So I think it's disappointing because I feel like Rami has a lot more to offer. Although I didn't mind the runtime, some audience may have gotten bored with all the dialogue and story building. So I guess adding even more to him in the story would have made this movie even longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 4-hour runtime. Then we're reaching Justice League levels here.
I feel like Cyclops got more screen time than Rami Malek.
That's true. I agree
But it's
with
not
that.
like he really talks. You just kind of see him, and then
You see him, he just fights a lot, and then
when he died, he just got like randomly shot or whatever. He didn't get like a big old fight scene.
Who, Rami?
No, Cyclops.
Oh,
Cyclops.
no, he got
he got
choked.
strangled by.
Bond Bond accidentally turns on his watch. He's
No,
like holding
it
him.
wasn't accidental.
I think it was because he looked at him. He's like, "Shit, I just killed him."
No,
With the watch.
it was not accidental. He knew what he was doing with that watch. Trust me.
Yeah, magnetically pulled out the eyeball and murdered Cyclops.
Bro, when he did that, I thought his comm was gonna go offline too.
That's what I thought.
That's a good
That was a
point.
little bit weird.
Because if it was able to take out his eyeball, how come the comm didn't go offline at the same time?
Facts, though.
'Cause
It's
that
It's
was-
also weird. It kind of sucks that they only showed like 2 gadgets that they used. It was that
Yeah.
EMP watch and then the
I was also
Right?
disappointed by that.
live fucking map thing.
But then I remembered back in Skyfall, all he got was a pistol and a comm. And he was even like, "This is all I get." He's like, "Yeah, standard issue."
Where's the shoe phone? Come on.
I think that's more of a 60s era type
Yeah,
gimmicks.
but those kind of gimmicks are kind of fun.
Yeah,
that's
And
true.
I guess you
especially
get
for a
the
007.
I guess you get the Gatling gun.
He
on
gets the
car.
cool, yeah, he gets the cool car, which is a nice car. I'm not gonna lie.
For some
Wish I
reason,
had
I
it.
thought that car was gonna do so much more in this movie.
Yeah, they barely showed it.
Like, but no, they did. And for like a lot of the movies, I felt like they didn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
I
What-
like his cars.
What is your guys' overall ratings then?
7.5.
7.5 still.
I'd still give it an 8.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lower it down to an 8. I did really love it, but all
You
these
had a higher
flaws that
score?
we're pointing out now,
Wait,
Well,
what was your original score?
8.5.
Oh wow.
I had a lot of fun watching it.
I still can't.
It
think-
might have just been the music that also bumped it up so high for me.
I just can't. I still can't
They
think
only
of a
played
scene
the
that I
like
just
the
like all
full
the way.
like the full theme like once.
Yeah, don't they normally do that though? Like all the intros are really cool where they play the full theme and. it's
Oh
like-
no, I mean the standard issue
Oh,
James Bond theme.
Yeah.
Dun.
Well, every transition scene too, they would play the doo-doo-doo or something like that.
Yeah, they tease you with like
Yeah.
3 notes.
Yeah.
I did. I love the iconic scene when he goes and shoots someone, like in the.
You mean like every scene?
No, where he shoots someone. No, I'm trying to think when they're walking. It's in the lab where he turns and shoots someone like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's a very iconic.
That's the iconic,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's the only. I think that's the only time he does it too.
Yeah.
That it's the iconic, yes.
You mean in movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
movie.
whole movie, I think.
When he's down the hallway, he's like,
Well, he just looks over, he hears one, whoa, bam!
Well,
like,
it's not like he would do that on every other.
that's how he does every kill. It's like,
whoa, bam! Why not? That would be so cool. Imagine.
It'd
He just
get,
started,
it'd
whoa,
get
bam!
old though. That would
Whoa,
get
bam.
old real fast.
One thing I do have one problem right here. I don't know if this is realistic or not, but when he would like towards the end there when he was going up the stairs and everything like that. When he would shoot, I felt like he started shooting before the guys even came out. Like he was
maybe anticipated
choreographed already.
Maybe.
So I feel like that might have been. A little...
I mean, it's not like a terrible idea to shoot before they come in, because then there's some.
I mean,
shots.
that's how you win at
yeah,
COD.
but like he starts using pistol and he shoots like 20 shots with the little pistol he has, and then he picks up a different gun.
No, he picks up a different gun.
Yeah,
No,
after he
sooner
shoots
than-
20 shots. With
Maybe
think
he
it's
also
just
hears
20.
the footsteps since he's a trained killer.
You might be right. So I might just be overthinking it, but to me it just looked a little.
I feel like
weird.
you're talking about the scene where he's going up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
talking
the major
I
scene.
feel like you would be able to hear heavy boots on a staircase.
The only part in that whole scene where I can see what Aleksey's talking about is when the person's right above him, wasn't moving.
Yeah.
There was nothing to him. He's just like, I hear something. He looks up. Oh, I got you. And then he falls. I'm like, wait.
I mean, they're also trained to obviously
Yeah.
know where to look for bad guys for the.
Yeah, he cleared a room pretty well. Especially like when him and Paloma were going through rooms, they were like clearing them pretty well. They know where to look. Oh no, I hit my mic. All the weak points.
trying
and
to
stuff.
kill the mic.
All right, let's look at some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave an 8 out of 10. It felt as though we were never going to see this, but finally, it's here. The question is, was it worth the wait? The answer, yes. Really not what I was expecting. Of course, it's action-packed, dramatic, and high-octane, but it actually boasts a good story and perhaps shows us a slightly different side to the character. I thought Daniel Craig was awesome, and I'm sad he's leaving. It's fascinating now to know who will take over. On the downside, it was long, and it was way too long. It did lull in little parts, but the action was enough to halt any dowsing. Overall, very watchable, 8 out of 10. Disagree with that statement. You guys fell asleep.
No, well, okay, I nodded off a little bit during a couple dialogue scenes.
You were buzzed though.
Yeah, I was buzzed. But
And you
I
guys did have a
actually,
late night
I
show.
felt like I sobered up during the first action scene.
Wait, you were buzzed before?
You said you also...
Yeah.
even started?
Yeah, I was at a bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I was
also-
at a bar for like an hour beforehand.
You also said you had an story for us
Oh,
about your experience in the theater.
Man, I already forgot what the fuck it was.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just almost like late to the showing. I got into the theater like just as the previews were about to start.
Just as the first preview was starting.
Oh,
actually.
I guess it's nice that we actually had a really good like audience.
I know, it was so calm.
It was very calm. Javier was probably the dude who was like the most happy like at all the jokes. Like you were laughing your ass off.
Bro, it was just funny.
It
But
did have good comedy.
Yeah, but then when they got to the really long talking scene,
Yeah,
Well,
you're
I mean,
knocked
it builds
out.
up story.
I know, but it just felt like it took forever. So, like, I know we're about to go into, we're going to talk about Squid Game today as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's how I felt with Squid Game. Like, there's a lot of dialogue that took so long
Yeah,
for
well,
an episode. I was like, this is only
well,
an hour?
we'll get more into that. So this Metacritic reviewer gave
wait,
it
I got something else to say. And you know how at the beginning, I just thought this is funny because you know how at the beginning the guy said like it took forever.
Yeah, they were waiting for a long time.
That's how people are gonna feel with this Ghostbuster movie when it comes out.
Yes, dude, it keeps getting delayed.
Like
I'm
3 years
so
finally.
stupid.
I don't really care about the Ghostbusters.
It's gonna
movie.
look good.
This Metacritic
See if we're gonna
reviewer
watch it.
gave the No Time to Die 100 out of 100. It's often very funny indeed. The mood is often closer to the perkier passage of the Connery films, and the humor feels contemporary and British. The feeble Waller-Bridge script polish evidently yielded the desired result. So this guy knows his James Bond stuff because I didn't understand all the references. But apparently it's closer to some of the older works. So that's good.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the Sean Connery movies.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen pretty much any of the other.
Older ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just smile and wave at that review. I'll
Yeah.
just
Like,
Same.
though, I just realized I think I might have seen one of them. I don't know which one.
Oh,
The
dang.
old, like the really old ones, but I don't know.
This Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed the action and the addition of the daughter for Bond. I was very sorry to see his demise, but I guess the Bond, as we know him, has outlived his interest.
Bro, do you guys know that James Bond's daughter had blue eyes?
Yep. One thought that I had during the movie was I was just wondering how long this kind of series could go on for and still be
Forever.
interesting.
Forever.
The
Because
series
like
probably will never
the most interesting part of it is that they get new James Bonds and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm excited to see the first new movie with her in it.
Yeah, female lead.
I think
It's
I-
But like the stories are so by the numbers where like you see one of them, you kind of feel like you've seen all of them.
At this point, yeah,
Facts.
the villains are going to be repetitive. The stories are going to start to repeat. It's always going to be the same thing usually,
what was,
like you said.
What was the last movie before the
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig takes over of the James Bond movie? Like how
I'm going to have to
old?
look that up because I don't
'Cause
remember.
I'm thinking like they're probably just gonna wait like some
They're
years.
going to
before.
give. They're definitely going to wait before they try reboot her again.
Well,
I
they
think.
can't wait too long because I mean she's gonna get older.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it won't be James Bond if it's with her. It'll just be something like 007.
Yeah.
007.
I mean, the movie's not called James Bond.
That's
It's
just
called
a one.
007.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually called No Time to Die.
Oh my god.
And then
007.
it has 007 hidden in there.
Hidden.
Hidden in there.
Because he's an agent.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
an agent. Come on.
Secret
That's right.
agent, man.
I love that song from the spy movie with Jackie Chan. All right. Rotten Tomatoes critic. This Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a fresh. If Rami Malek as a supervillain Lucifer Safin is more method acting than genuine menace, well, so be it. There is much here to cherish, as loose ends are neatly tied, legacies are assured, and the pyrotechnics deliver.
There's
Facts.
Pyrotechnic.
That's also something cool.
They gave it a refresh.
That it was very like stunt focused. There was very little CGI.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
CGI that was there was a little bad.
Talking about like at the end.
In the forest, when they like when they first they first destroy the first two cars that were chasing them.
Yeah.
And then they show a bunch of vehicles jump over a hill.
Oh, yeah.
It looked,
That
it
felt like a
looked-
video game scene right there.
yeah, it looked really weird. I don't know why studios can't figure out how cars work.
Bro, because
still-
that's how cars
My,
work.
my favorite one will still always be that Black Widow truck coming sideways.
It's just sliding.
Yeah, sliding in with the wheels not even turning.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Bro, that makes all the sense. What are you talking about?
All right. Check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this one so far. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out our Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. Let's get into a spoiler-free review for ParaNorman. ParaNorman was released August 17th of 2012, starring Cody Smith McPhee, Anna Kendrick, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Directed by Chris Butler, rated PG. Plot summary. A misunderstood boy takes on ghosts, zombies, and grown-ups to save his town from centuries-old curse. What are your guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers for this film?
It's a really good movie. Has an amazing art style. Must have taken a lot of work to do the animation.
Was it clay animation?
It was.
Or was
Yes,
it just or was it like digitally animated
I
to
think
look like that?
I think it was
I think like you
Claymation.
usually does the stop motion clay
Yeah,
animation.
Okay, if
like
it was
the
stop
real
motion,
thing.
then props to them because that was fantastic.
He doesn't understand.
What is your
Well,
thoughts,
I mean,
Javier?
no, because I like what's the movie called?
Wallace and
Coraline?
Gromit.
Yeah, I like Coraline.
Okay.
I do like a lot of the other claymation movies I've seen.
Claymation.
Claymation, but you know what I mean, stop motion.
Yeah.
movies.
Elemental Hero Clayman.
No, but I do like a lot of this other stop motion movies. It's just
Then what's your issue?
I don't like the story for this one.
You don't like the story? It's a
I
good story.
I kind of agree with him.
It's a bland story.
It's-
I agree with him.
It's not even bland.
I
it's
really
just
love the animation.
Yeah, I guess it was bland. I don't know.
I really love the animation, but the story, I don't know. It just kind of felt.
So with like going into this, I had like I know this didn't happen in theater, but I've never seen the movie actually, so this is my first time watching it.
Oh.
So going into this, I don't know what I was expecting. It looked okay. I mean, I don't like how some of the characters look weird. But then again, I've
L.
been watching like One Piece, and a lot of the characters in there are super designed weird.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, well, this just looks normal. But like, I don't know. I had nothing going. With it.
Could you also put the poll back up, Javier,
Oh shit.
on YouTube? Because I don't think we were able to see the
What was the
result.
poll?
So movie for next week is the title of the poll, and the first option is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Clickety clack.
Click, click, clack.
No.
What? Why'd you do that?
I was trying to imitate his sound.
like a keyboard.
But
We have
clearly
an
can't do
actual
that.
keyboard. We can hear the mic.
Yeah. I'm just.
Bro, that keyboard for that iPad is so fucking cool.
Oh, you gotta show us sometime.
we put
It's
question
in the
marks
car
afterwards,
right
too?
now.
After the title for the question, yeah, put a question mark. Movie
No,
for next week? Question mark.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. No, I mean like on the movies.
No question mark on the
Why
movies.
am I saying that? Their title.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
and then Stream. Nightmare on Elm Street.
And it follows.
Yep, it follows. And then that's good.
That's
Just
it.
send it.
Is it only doing two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the two we're down to. Because us three are an agreement, and then we also have another option on the table.
Ask for community. Someone asked if we're gonna do a Squid Game. Should I just say yes?
Yes, we are. Right now, we're doing
Always
ParaNorman.
doing it.
All right, so what are you guys' rating for ParaNorman?
It's an 8.5 for me.
What about you?
It's a perfect Halloween movie that I could rewatch.
Okay, yeah,
every
I'll agree with that. I'll give it an 8
season.
because of that. Because you said that, I'll give you an 8.
What
It
about
has
you,
It has a
Javier?
good lesson and whatever.
There was a lesson. Oh,
Yeah. See, I think I'm gonna give it like a 6.5, 7.
Oof.
It's still up there. It's not like
Yeah,
low balling it.
I've
like,
also given it a
barely
7.
passing it. Barely
like,
passing.
it's like in between that. I can't decide. Maybe once we get through our talk, maybe it'll go higher.
The reason I'm not giving it
I'm
a
not-
7
I'm
is
not
because I
mad
saw
at
the
you,
rating
I just said,
already.
I've given it a
I
7.
didn't want that.
I know it
rating
has
too.
a lot of love with this movie, doesn't it? Like there's a lot.
Judge
of
It's
Right.
very
There's a
nostalgic
cult-
for
There's a
people.
cult following
Yes.
for this movie.
Okay, let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it a 72 out of 100, and the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 89%. Meanwhile, audiences on IMDb gave it a 7 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato audience gave it a 72%. So the average score for this movie is 75.25.
So I'm not too far off.
We all hit around the same score. All right, before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, like, comment, subscribe, and follow these guys on their social medias. We are also on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere, anytime.
Are you on Nike.com?
Oh my god.
No, he's on Adidas.com. No, I've seen it,
We
bro.
can't do this joke 2 times in the same stream.
Right.
Come on.
We still have another one to get through later
Bro,
too.
when I clicked
Doesn't
on it, I
count.
was listening to the whole podcast. Like, man, Adidas, you are sponsoring Eddie
Oh
so
my
well.
gosh. Let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion.
I got one thing to
All
say
right.
about Alvin.
Let's take an in-depth review
And the
of
chipmunks?
ParaNorman. So yeah, what do you want to talk about? for-
Okay, Alvin looks like someone took a crap on top of a crap and didn't flush.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
He's the bully character.
Oh, yeah.
The one with the gauge piercings.
Yeah.
I think we're going to spoiler free. Or
Yeah.
we're just over our talking.
Well,
about
yeah, that's a
That's not really.
We
a
already
spoiler.
did the spoiler free.
Yeah, he said for the streaming movies, it's not the same format.
Yeah, we don't do the thoughts before because it's hard to have thoughts if you haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're wrong.
All right, but yeah, any certain scenes or moments you guys want to talk about in this movie?
I like the boyfriend character a lot.
He missed leg day.
Oh,
Look at
fine.
yeah,
his whole,
that's right.
His whole upper body was just straight, and then you look down. It's
It's
It was
just
like-
straight.
Let me look up his name.
They were going for that Johnny Bravo look.
It's crazy how like
Yeah.
kind of sexual this movie is.
Yeah,
And then,
you don't really pick up on it as a kid,
It's
but yeah.
it's like subtle and also not subtle because like you know,
Like-
some of the character designs are a little risque.
for,
Like the sister?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
bro, that's
And, like,
sister,
Neil-
bro, she was thick.
And like Neil, the young boy,
Yeah.
the friend of ParaNorman or Norman, sorry, ParaNorman, the friend of Norman was Neil was watching like this
He was watching his
spicy,
mom's
spicy workout video.
He was watching like freaking
Workout video.
80
He was eating
workout.
chips with them, and like he was watching
yoga
like
videos, yeah.
He's like, "Are you watching the mom's workout video again?" He's like, "No."
pants through the shot?
Then he said, "Are you freezing on your mom's
Yeah,
workout
right.
video?" And he's just eating he's eating chips. And he's like, "No." I was like, "What are you about to do right there?"
He's a young Master Roshi in the making.
Like I feel the film does a good job at capturing like kids, like how they are and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I agree with that.
Like the dialogugue's really funny too.
I just need help understanding the story for the whole movie.
It's not
we'll
that
we'll
hard.
get more into
He didn't even
that.
finish it, did
No,
he?
yeah, I did.
Oh, I thought.
I did. No, I was only like 10, 11 minutes left until the movie was over.
So, I wanted to talk more about the point you just made, Jesus, about how it captures more of the friend, more of the parts of being a kid.
Mhm.
So, like Norman hanging out at Neil's house, finally making a friend. Norman is a bit reluctant to hang out with Neil. However, after seeing how goofy Neil is, and with some encouragement, Norman finally opens up a bit. It's really good to see Norman genuinely happy, even if it's only for a brief moment. And I think this captures how easy it is to make a friend when you're a kid. Like, you're just like, "Hey, want to hang out? Hey, want to do this?" It's like, "All right, we're friends now."
Bro, that kid, I'm sorry, but I don't remember being so forceful to hang out with a person. Like, that kid was just like, "Let's hang out." Norman's like, "No, I want to be alone. Let's go." And he
Oh
drags
yeah,
him to
I'm
his
also
house.
I'm
Like,
also lonely. Let's be lonely together.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck? Bro, that's a little force.
Well, maybe he picked up on just like how Norman like,
yeah.
Is lonely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He did notice because when Alvin was bullying Norman, Neil was like back in the background, like checking it out, being like, "All right, that's not nice."
He was also getting bullied.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it? Yeah.
I like how dumb they made the bully and the jock. They made him so dumb. It's
I love the job
ridiculous.
so much. He's so great.
My only part in this whole, I thought the whole the whole time was to drive a van. My van's gone.
Oh yeah. his van
And then
destroyed, dude.
Alvin said, "You are DED dead."
Oh my gosh.
You are DED dad.
I also
So
want to talk about the scene where Norman and Alvin meet the dead. Not being able to finish reading his book, Alvin and Norman hide at Norman's dead uncle's house for shelter. The pilgrims have come back to life, and Alvin freaks out. We see a vulnerable side of Alvin, who is a lot friendlier and dorkier than we expected.
He's such a dick.
We also see Norman do his best to save Alvin, even though he's being constantly bullied by him, and it sets up Norman as this morally bigger character.
Yes, but I feel like he's just doing it because that's how he was written.
The thing I want to really
Like, you mean like in every
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, exactly
like
that.
the one thing I want to bring up is like how the uncle.
Mm-hmm.
It did not feel like he was an uncle.
Yeah,
At all. Not at all.
He just seemed like a random.
like a
Hobo.
stranger.
I don't.
And it didn't. It felt so uncomfortable. He kept the uncle kept trying to talk to him.
To Norman, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like that too much. I'm like this, and the fact that he died. He's like, "Norman, I gotta take over my spot."
Yeah, I did not like that. That
I'm
was
like,
so
this
weird.
is so uncomfortable. You gotta
I didn't like that either.
like, why you gotta make the uncle look so strange? And like, I get that he had the same abilities as Norman,
Mm-hmm.
which-
But they made him look like a lunatic. He's like,
which I
I
thought
thought
Because
he was
the town,
really
the
gonna,
town
like,
made
get
him
rid-
out to be that. Right?
yeah. Everyone was
And
like,
plus,
he talks to the dead. He's a weirdo.
Yeah, if you went
Yeah,
through
but
the
if
same
the family
thing,
knew
you'd
about-
go insane. You'd probably go insane too.
but the family knew about it. So why the heck did the dad treat his son that way?
they didn't believe him.
Because
But
the dad is a total dick.
Yeah, the
He's
dad is
such
an
a
asshole.
terrible
the mom
person.
didn't even try defending her kid all the way with the dad.
Like,
That's true.
that dad should not be a
Am I
dad.
wrong,
He should never have
Jesus?
been a dad.
With the mom. She's just like,
yeah.
"Honey, you just gotta calm down." He's just like, "Bro, if your brother is that way, why don't you try defending?" He's like, "My brother has the same issue."
Yeah.
like there's nothing to like.
Well, it's such an unbelievable thing to think of.
Yeah, but the dad just didn't like even support his son at all.
Throughout
Like
the whole
anything he did,
movie.
like you're grounded.
There was also not really much closure because at the end, the dad was like reluctantly like, yeah, okay, I guess we'll believe my son for now. Just
Well, yeah,
don't
because
murder
all the
him."
zombies that pop up like.
Yeah, but even then he was still like, okay.
I hate
Well,
that so
did-
much.
Then they show like the zombies going into ghost form as well. Like the dad was right there and
Like
seen it.
I don't even
Yeah, I
want to
think
talk about
so.
him anymore.
You're done talking about
I'm done
that?
about him. I'm so done with that character.
All right,
Bro.
let's
The
talk about this
Perry.
next scene that I was
Such a bad
questioning.
character.
So the police chase scene. Norman's older sister and Neil's older brother quickly try to escape the undead pilgrims pursuing them. One of them gets on top of the van trying to break in. Meanwhile, a cop sees the reckless driving and attempts to stop them. With no success, she rams into them, even though she's on a motorcycle and they're in a van, which is
Wait,
the
what?
part I didn't get.
Yeah, well, she was a busty lady. That's all I
But
gotta say.
still, she's on a motorcycle. She's ramming them off the road,
That's what I said.
even though they're in a van.
She was a busty lady. She had
I
enough
was
weight
like-
behind her, just like whoop bam.
I was
Are
like,
you
okay.
saying she weighs as much as a van?
So they made
Pretty
it
much,
seem-
she was, yeah,
Dude,
she
you
was
not
like
see it? The
pushing
was
that
going
van,
like this,
dude.
all the way sideways. Like not like she wasn't able to like get it.
I can get into the unrealistic aspects of the movie, but that scene just made me laugh because I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, that's not how it works.
It's
Bro,
a cartoon.
Yeah, I know.
I also thought about like normal vans don't really have that. Like a van like that don't really have the sky thing, do they?
A sky. Oh, I guess it does. I guess it's not that weird to have a
Moonroof?
moonroof, yeah.
Do normal vans like that have moonroofs?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm sure
I
it's
think
not that
some of them
uncommon.
do.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that uncommon. But yeah, that whole scene just kind of took me out of the movie for a second. I was like, what the heck is going
It's
on?
so unrealistic, but so funny to watch.
Right.
Isn't it?
Well, how come she can ram into a van, but then when she smashes into a car, she goes flying off?
Bro, she didn't even die.
Yeah,
she was
she didn't
going
die.
like really fast into that car. She flew off and
that
everything.
entire village is just crazy.
Yeah, oh
people,
yeah, that
so,
too.
Like when the zombies appeared, he's like, "Oh look, I told you there's zombies," and they just like, you know what? Let's just beat their brains out. I was like, most people would run, but no, they just like, let's kill them.
They're like, we've been waiting for this opportunity.
We've
we
been
were
waiting to
born
let
for
out
this.
our rage.
These
Let's
guys
do
are
this.
so bloodthirsty.
Even the little girl was like, yeah, let's get out.
It's
little
so
girl-
weird.
The fact that the little girl was biting the zombie.
Yeah,
like, what are you
exactly.
doing,
It's
girl?
like, whoa. You know if a zombie bites you, you turn into
Or
one.
if you get some type of blood or anything into him, you turn
so
into
she's
one.
like,
And I'm
so
like,
she's actively, if they were actual zombies, she would have turned into one.
she would have been dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Some thoughts I had while watching the movie was, why was there only 4 pilgrims? It's supposed to be like a whole town that put the little girl to death.
I think
7
they were
people.
the main.
7 people? I only counted like 4 or 5.
There were 7 because that's why Norman was
Yeah, there
when he
was.
was in the house. He was like 7.
Okay.
7.
That's still a really small number
It
for
is.
a town.
But I don't think that was the entire town. I think those are just the main people that convicted this little girl
Yeah,
of
they
witchcraft.
said they seen her.
Like
Yeah,
judges. Kind
so
of.
they were the ones who testified against her and everything like that.
Okay.
Bro, I can't believe they convicted her.
So that brings me to another
girl.
point. Why did the other dead not come back from the grave? Like, why just the people who murdered her when she had... I feel like she had the power to make all these other people come
Because
back.
it was the punishment for them. Like
Mhm.
if she wasn't able to get
Revenge.
revenge, she's gonna make them suffer by not having eternal rest. So they come back every year as a zombie, not able to know peace, basically.
I have one last question. So, how come we only saw all the ghosts in just like one scene of the movie and then they were gone for the rest of the film?
No, actually, that's not true.
Really?
I just because like I said, I just finished watching
Yeah,
it.
you just rewatched it.
So the ghosts are still there.
They're
Where
still
were they?
Well, you just they just pan back to the house. You know, they go back to the house.
Yeah, I remember the grandma.
But that's
We
all.
got to
That's
see
all
her.
they do. That's all they show from that point forward. But I get what you mean, like because in the beginning of the movie, he's walking around
Talking at all the ghosts,
Yeah.
and then it's like it's not even a plot anymore. It's not even an element of the film. It's like, oh, Norman can talk to ghosts. What a weirdo! It's like, okay, we all see the dead people
they're
now.
kind of like NPCs. They don't really like. They
Do anything?
like give dialogue or like.
But they
you know.
also have unfinished business. That's why they're ghosts.
Honestly, I was expecting Norman to
help him out or
Yeah, to
something.
be because he's weird because he's like, why is this kid running around doing random things?
Right.
And
Yeah.
instead, he's just like,
Just talking to them. I feel like he could help them finish their business since
And
he
then-
can actually talk to them.
and then that would bring so much closure to himself and to
Yeah,
like,
and it would actually put the souls at rest.
Yeah.
They'd be
But
like,
up to
"Finally,
what
peace."
point? Because I mean, 1 billion people die.
At
Yeah,
least
but
just in
it's-
his town.
Yeah, in that town, bro. It was mad people.
You were talking about how you didn't see him very much, right?
Yeah, the ghost.
My reason behind that is maybe we aren't viewing it through his eyes the entire movie. So we're
Fair
only
enough.
like the only time we hear the zombie speak is when we get Norman by himself, usually directly trying to talk to a zombie.
Fair enough.
Other than that, we're not hearing the zombie talk or anything like that.
Here's another thing. Does that mean that mom's is like adopted? Here's a little theory I'm going with right now.
Maybe it
Who's
skips a
adopted?
generation.
Oh.
Yeah, because there we go. Because I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, because I realized the guy who died, the uncle, didn't he have the last name of the witch that was prosecuted?
Oh. I think so, maybe.
How's that?
well, but she was dead, so
Yeah,
how would
she
she
was
have
a
had
kid,
children?
so she
yeah.
can't have
but
children.
that means the mom. The
Oh, the mom
before-
of the child?
Yeah, like the mom that gave birth to that child could have another kid.
Maybe.
Keep the generation going.
Yeah,
Possible.
good point.
So, because they never say their last name in the movie, and so the Norman's like, oh, that was my uncle.
They may be related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about the mom. Like, the mom knew this entire time, and does that mean either the mom was either adopted or some way, or like you said,
I think she knew, but it probably skips a generation.
But still, like the fact that that's been going in the family for so long,
Yeah.
because it's 300 years.
She
That's the
doesn't
movie.
believe it because she doesn't have it, so that's
Yeah,
why.
but like every other person in the family had it.
yeah,
Look,
somebody had to
this
keep reading
town
the
is
story.
very small-minded, okay? So you gotta
Well,
think
she
that.
wasn't even from that town. I thought she was. No, the dad was from a different location. No,
Oh.
Yeah.
no, the mom was from a different location because the dad's just like, that's not how it works over here in the South.
You're arguing with yourself.
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of plot holes in this movie. All right, what is you guys' favorite moments?
Oh,
in
I
this
got it
film,
really
then?
going. Like this movie, this scene actually got me pretty hyped. When what's her name? The witch. What's her name again?
Al, I think.
Aggie.
Aggie.
yeah.
When Norman is fighting against her, and then she goes like all electrified and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And
That
then
was pretty dope.
and then she blasts everything. Then the cool music starts up, and then she slowly rises up from the ground. That scene got me so hyped.
I agree. That was my favorite moment in the
Bro,
film.
I was
too.
gonna fucking say the same shit.
That's
So we all like
was
the
so
ending of the
epic.
film.
I say that's probably the best. I think.
Which is a good thing. I mean, if you end off strong, it's
That's
a
true.
good
I think
It
that
does
is
leave
so
a better
cool.
impression
Sorry,
on you.
but another scene that I thought was great was the bully. He was like, "Let's all grab hands," and he grabs his sister.
Oh my god.
Like my hand, Alan.
Oh my god.
Dude, that was awesome. Because he did it right in front of the whole audience.
my
and no one
gosh.
said anything.
They going to jail.
That's the only other scene that just stuck to me. I was
Also,
like,
it's funny that they imply that her boyfriend is like gay.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did.
I
The
think
boy
he
character.
actually straight up said, "You'd like to meet my boyfriend."
Yeah, he did.
So
He did say that at the end of the movie. He's like, because she was like, "You want to go watch this chick flick with me?" And then he was like, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend's a big fan of chick flicks. You'll get along with him."
God, that was so fun. That's great.
I also thought it was it was funny when she was like questioning about like drugs or something. He's like, "I don't take anything," or something like that.
Yeah.
Some sort of
He's a good guy. I mean, like he looks like he would be like a standard like asshole character.
yeah,
but
but he ended up being a very nice guy, especially
yeah,
his
he's a
brother.
cool guy.
So I want to talk more about my favorite moment, the final act. So finally, face to face with Aggie the Witch, Norman must find a way to stop her wrath. It was previously revealed that she was put to death by her own town for being different.
At the age of 10, no less.
This is something I didn't expect from a
Alright.
kids movie. Murder is already a heavy concept, especially child murder, but this film presented it and resolved it in a respectful way. So overall, I really enjoyed that, and I really liked the fight animation between the two characters. It was nicely done, and it was brutal. Like when Norman kept getting his face bashed into the tree, I was like, "Jeez, this kid's gonna die." They ain't playing around in this ending.
I was kind of hoping for more consequences from that scene, like a real sad situation happening there, but it didn't happen.
yeah,
Norman dying.
Well, not dying, but like
becoming a ghost too.
after like she
I thought
puts him like
something
an
that
inch
happened.
from death, like notices and pities the kid and talks to him after that, Like that would have
Yeah.
been a good
Yeah.
heartwarming. Well, I don't know heartwarming, but it would have been a good scene, But I get this is a kids movie, so they can't really do that.
Something that I thought about now is did the witch fall in love with Norman?
I don't
No,
It kind
I
of
don't think
felt.
so. I think she maybe just made a friend He's
Friend, bro.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I finally have a friend who understands me. I can rest in
because
peace.
I was thinking, like, yeah, like in the end, like, you know, they're
Plus, like said, they're
underneath the
related,
tree.
bro.
Yeah.
She doesn't know
That's
that, I
true.
don't think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just because you don't know doesn't mean it's okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's not okay, but I'm just saying she didn't know that. I'm just trying to point that out.
All right. Any moments that you guys think should be cut or changed, or just their least favorite moments in this movie?
Any scene that Alvin was shown in, I don't like because
You don't like the
it was
bully?
Oh my
not pleasing to look at. Okay, he looked like puke.
For me, some of the
Personified.
jokes.
He's funny.
For me, some of the jokes felt kind of stale. I'm sure I would have enjoyed it more if I was a kid.
Like
But-
what jokes?
Like, for example, there was a lot of toilet humor, and that's never been my thing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
literally, there was a whole scene where he was on the toilet, and everyone thought he was shitting his brains out. It's like, no, it's just a ghost the whole time. And I'm just like, I've never really found that sort of thing funny.
It wasn't executed very well in my opinion.
Yeah, and they reference like diarrhea or something like that, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that's funny. Not really.
Yeah, it was a poorly
Yes, that's
executed
funny,
joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I was a kid, but
Mhm.
I don't really appreciate toilet humor. Just never been my thing.
Is that part of the reason you want to do something else that's not a kids movie?
Yeah, I wanted concepts that I could
Talk about
expand more. Yeah.
Is there any info on the poll?
We got any
100%
votes?
on Nightmare on.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now.
Which one?
The original.
Let's
The
start
original.
off.
It's on HBO.
No, we should watch Jason versus
Freddy.
Freddy. That one.
So yeah,
Jason Goes
overall,
to Hell.
another criticism I had for this movie, it was I get it's like a cartoony movie, but all the characters felt like really crazy and unreal, and the only normal one to me was Norman.
I think
Even
that's
though
what they
he's
were
the-
going for.
Yeah. They made him seem like he was insane, but it was all the rest of the town that was like.
Well, I don't know.
bro.
The parents are pretty normal.
No, they're
No, the
not.
dad was a cruel dad, and the mom was like backing him up. It was just
The
like-
dude
The
needs
dad-
to get
the mom
CPS
was-
called on him.
The mom was just nothing. She was just like, yeah.
He's like, oh, that's just my husband. You know how it is.
Or like
He's
with
like,
the-
what? You
Yeah.
can't be mean to a
Never
kid like that.
mind. Yeah.
Would you say the same thing about a movie like Coraline?
Coraline? No.
No, that's different.
That's a whole.
Because the
Maybe we should also
parents,
watch that
the
eventually.
parents are negligent, but they're not cruel.
No, but I mean like the characters being too goofy.
No, I say
too
Wyborn is pretty
cartoony.
normal too. He's just a little weird kid who hunches over, but he's pretty normal too. The only weird ones are the neighbors upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, those are.
We should watch that.
I think
movie
that's
one soon.
a reason I really love that movie more than this one is it's got like a lot more mystery to it and a lot more lore to expand on. Whereas in ParaNorman, the story kind of resolves and
I love
Oh
Coraline.
yeah,
film
it's more
theories.
like a personal journey.
yeah,
Just,
definitely.
I love the Coraline film theories so much. They're so
Yeah,
good.
there's so many good theories
Like-
in that.
I can't wait for Coraline 2.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
thinking about like how did they get the ability to talk to ghosts?
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah,
It's
how
like The
did it
Shining.
start?
Yeah,
It's like The Shining.
it's like The Shining.
Yeah, like did they really explain how The Shining works in terms of like how they first
I've never
came
seen
out?
The Shining all the way
Oh,
because it's too long of a movie. To be honest,
Maybe the book explained it, but I don't remember that in the
but there's
movie.
a book for the. This
All the
movie?
Stephen King
Oh
movies
no,
are
for
based
The
on.
Shining. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I thought you were talking about for this movie.
Oh,
Like, there's a book.
ParaNorman? No, I don't think ParaNorman.
did you watch Doctor Sleep?
Yes, I did. I
You
loved
did?
it.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah, it's got it's got Ewan McGregor,
Oh.
so you know, love Ewan McGregor. All right, so what are you guys rating for this movie?
I'll turn it down to like a 7.5.
Let's
Because
watch
yeah,
it.
the toilet humor does take away a good chunk.
Yeah, 7.5.
It's probably just be a solid 7.
Solid 7.
No lower than that. I
No,
mean,
it's-
I could
Okay, I'm also
probably.
keeping it at 7.
I
mean,
could probably rewatch it. I'm not gonna like. It's not one of my favorites to go.
it's kind of like The Matrix, where it was good at the time. Like when we were younger, it was like an amazing movie. But now that we've grown older, it's just kind of like we look at it from a different perspective now.
I'll still totally check it out during spooky month.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a spooky season
Like-
movie. It's a staple.
When you're pouring out all the toilet humor, I didn't even know there was toilet humor. That's all over the. like, that's all-
That's
what I thought
you had to mention it. Like,
I was like,
it's
I
too
just
co-
didn't even
It's just
notice
because I
that.
don't appreciate.
And I didn't even, but I didn't
It's
even. I don't
too-
think I laughed at it either.
It's too complex for Javier to understand.
That's not that. It was just so poorly executed.
No, because he said it went over my head.
Yeah, because I'm like thinking in the bathroom, I'm like, well, this is stupid. Why are they doing all this work? And I'm like, I bet there's a reason. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it was just so poorly executed, that scene, that I just didn't pick up on the joke.
Alexa, you gotta talk into the mic. You're talking sideways.
As
You
I
guys
said,
You
Talking
gotta-
sideways.
Oh yeah, he's like over
Talking
here.
at me
as I
sideways,
said,
bro.
the scene was so poorly executed that I didn't even pick up on the joke.
All right, let's look at some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it a 6 out of 10. Norman is an odd kid. He can see and talk to dead folks. This is not a welcome gift, as other people think he's a weirdo. There's a parallel story about a girl from Puritan times with the same gift, and the town's reaction to this comes back to haunt the town. Literally. My daughter saw this film in theaters and talked about how much she loved this film. When it did very poorly at the box office, she was incensed, something like that. Now, several months later, I got around to seeing it. However, I have a confession. I really didn't love the film. In fact, I was pretty ambivalent about it. On the one hand, the film had great luck, and I loved the little inside jokes scattered throughout. But on the other, the entire final portion of the film is a giant downer. And much of the film is not at all appropriate for younger viewers. It's just too serious and lacks fun, which is strange, as the first portion of the film was, at times, quite funny. As a result, I found the film to be highly uneven, and one I'd think twice before showing it to my kids.
I feel like just the fact that you're saying like it's inappropriate for kids because it has serious like subject matter.
That sounds more like a parental issue than a personal issue.
It feels like they don't want their kids to be challenged. They just want them to watch like, that rainbow
I highly agree
Yeah.
with that.
covered garbage.
Yeah.
Well, see,
That's not something that I would ever raise my children to be like.
I was with them until he said it was like inappropriate for kids. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, like sometimes it's better to introduce such heavy concepts through films like this than to have a real life experience where it's like,
You don't want your kid to grow up on foo-foo land forever.
yeah, be
Yeah.
like, oh, your dog went to the garden, he went to the barn.
Because that's how
It's like,
how very boring people are.
Or like serial killers are made, I feel like, too.
Serial
Okay, that's a bit.
Because it's most of
Speaking from experience here.
Went from 1 to
I actually
100
grew
real
up on-
fast.
I grew up on a bunch of different
I was gonna
platforms,
bring up
okay?
Minions, but I don't want to offend me.
What are you trying to say about Minions, bro?
Oh, they
Bro,
are evil.
minions are dope.
I'll bite my tongue.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100. ParaNorman is a micro-sized masterpiece that wears its heart and its half-eaten brains on its sleeve. That's it.
Microsoft.
Micro-sized. Masterpiece.
Microsize, sorry.
So it's a masterpiece just cut down really short.
Why do you look at me like that, Alex?
Whoa.
You don't like what the audience said?
No, what
All right.
you said.
This Rotten
Microsoft.
Tomatoes audience gave it a 4 out of 5. This is easily the creepiest kids movie of the 2010s. As a kid during the
2010s.
entire decade, I should know. But it's creepy in all the right ways. The stuff with zombies and the witch is creepy and fun already. But add on the weird characters design from Lakia, and it's all too easy to make this a creepy, fun time. The townsfolk can be annoying, especially with the sort of violent things they do. That reminds me too much of Chicken Little for some reason. I don't even want to revisit that movie ever again. Besides that,
Wait, that guy didn't like Chicken Little?
Chicken Little.
Besides that, please
I
watch
hate
this
Chicken
underrated 2012 gem. I think I found a new Halloween staple. Or are you guys afraid of watching
I
this
kind of
movie?
want to watch Chicken Little now.
No, don't do it.
It's
I
such
rewatched it a few months ago. It does not hold up.
It's such
doesn't?
an ugly
It does not
movie.
hold up.
I think it's...
Not even just for the animation, but
And
for the
it's
story.
dated.
Doesn't hold
I
up.
give you that. I remember playing the Chicken Little game.
I remember having a Chicken Little birthday party when I was a kid.
Bro, really?
Yeah, like I had the little plates and the little hats.
Did you have the sky falling too?
No, it was at Chuck E. Cheese, so we just had the plates and the hats.
Oh.
But
That's
Like-
hilarious.
I remember it was themed Chicken Little.
Man, I think when I watched Chicken Little the first time, I don't think I actually enjoyed it that much.
It's not good.
Yeah, like
It
watching.
doesn't hold up well.
Watching as a kid.
As
I
a
didn't.
kid?
Yeah, I didn't think I.
Really?
I don't think I enjoyed it.
I liked it as a kid.
I think it got me irritated because the chicken was just.
Because the dad's
So
a piece
little.
of shit.
Yeah, that
The
too.
dad's
The
also
dad-
a piece of
the
crap.
dad's also
What
not a
is
piece
with
of-
these bad parents in movies?
In these type moves, anyways.
And then the scene when they're like trying to like reconnect at the end. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
believe
bad.
it for a second.
That's how I felt about this movie. It's like the dad was like, "Okay, I guess I believe you,
You know
son." It's
something-
like, bro, you were literally bullying him to making him think he's a psychopath the whole movie, and now you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, fine, whatever."
Because just like that parent from Chicken Little, they don't want their kid to be weird. Or
Yeah,
considered
it's like
to
they're
be
more
weird.
worried with their personal image in
Yeah.
than they are with their own child.
Yeah. That's so unrealistic as a parent right there.
Actually,
sometimes.
it's pretty realistic. I don't know about
It's so sad. It's a sad world we live in.
That's
Yeah.
why certain lifestyles aren't taken well by certain crowds of people.
Like
I
that
ain't gonna
guy-
say just so it's not political or whatever.
like that guy who the first critic said,
Oh yeah, who wanted his daughter to live in La La Land?
What?
bro. You know,
The critic who said he didn't want death to be shown to his
Oh yeah,
child.
yeah.
like that one. Like you're talking about people like that.
I see dead people.
No, it's
No, I mean
That would
like,
be a little too over the top.
people
though.
with certain phobias
Oh.
against certain people
Yeah, you're
because they
right.
don't want.
This
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
This Rotten
before you
Tomato-
read that thing, you know something? I realized why do they make the little girl seem so much older in all the stories?
What do you mean?
Like in the whole movie, the witch is shown.
Oh,
like,
yeah, she looked
It's
like
like a
an
game of
adult witch.
telephone. It's like a game of telephone. Over
Yeah.
the years, it obviously got out of
Oh.
I
hand.
guess yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
The story gets changed over time.
Mm-hmm.
So this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a fresh, gorgeous animation enhances a touching story about death and learning to accept what you don't understand. I agree with that. It's got a good lesson, like Jesus was saying, about death and just accepting how things are sometimes.
Was that really the lesson?
Yeah, the acceptance thing where they needed like just because they're different, that doesn't mean you go get a pitchfork, light a torch, and burn them alive.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I was wondering what the whole story and lesson
That was the moral. of
How
the
do you
story.
wonder about that? It's always in your face.
Dude, I was so confused because it was like bullying. There was a bunch of little stuff in there as well. I was like,
Well, the bullying thing didn't get resolved.
No,
no,
it
yeah.
didn't.
'cause I'm
The
like-
kid just
Kid just
Started
chilled
helping,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all that happened. It wasn't like, oh, if you're a bully, you
I
die
can
or
see the
something.
exception, no. Yeah.
All right, so check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this one so far. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out the Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. Follow these guys on the social media links. Let's get into the spoiler-filled review of Squid Game. Squid Game was released September 17th of 2021, starring Lee Jung-jae, Greg Chun, and Stephanie Fu. Sorry if I butcher these names.
yeah, we're gonna butcher a lot of names here. I feel like even if we heard it in the show,
show.
it's gonna be bad.
It's created by Hwang Dong-hyuk, and it's rated TVMA. Plot summary: hundreds of
Oh my god.
cash-strapped players accept a strange invitation to compete in children's games. Inside, a tempting prize awaits with deadly high stakes. A survival game that is a whopping 45.6 billion won prize at stake.
Sorry about that.
Because they say names completely different.
do.
In the,
Okay.
but
But I apologize in advance for that.
Yeah.
the biggest thing about this show is just how they show like the fucking depressing ass poverty of South Korea. And it's crazy like how much like this money, like they show all this money in the piggy bank, but it's not even worth that much in terms if you like convert it into
It's
US
American
million.
dollars. Yeah.
like
Which is still a lot.
Like
37 million?
like the 30
lot.
like what was it 10,000 won the
Juan. Yeah.
One. or whatever.
Isn't that that's only $83, I believe, right?
yeah, it's like 70 something bucks.
Really?
And Tisha looked it up
Yeah.
yesterday. It was only like It was like not even 100.
Wait, it was $8.
Part of it.
No, it was 83. 10,000 won, I think, is 83,000.
Part of it is how quickly Korea became a first world country.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they industrialized really fast, and so that must have cost a lot of inflation and stuff.
Yeah.
10,000 won is $8.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's $8 fucking dollars.
Fuck.
It's so depressing.
So how much is 100,000 won then?
It's probably $80. If
So-
you just add another zero.
What are you guys' overall thoughts on the whole film without getting into spoilers, or series without getting into
My
spoilers?
overall thoughts, I like before going in or
Yeah, not before going in,
Okay.
just for the series after having watched
my
it.
thoughts are pretty good about it. I enjoyed it. Very fun. Very brutal.
Yeah.
Good overall.
I can see why there was a lot of hype for it overall for the show because it was
overhyped though.
I don't know. I think it was.
I don't think it was overhyped. I think the hype is warranted, but I feel that the audience, the U.S. audience, which is boasting, it's singing its praises. Like I said last time, they're not used to like death games.
Yeah, because like
they are in like Asian
in South Korea
territories where they like do this sort of thing in like other sorts of.
I kind of disagree with that. They're not used to it done in this way, but like Hunger Games here was the biggest thing for a while, and that was a battle royale type of story.
Well, yeah, because there's just such a lack of it in U.S. media, so that's why they clung on to it. And I mean, Hunger Games, it kind of sucks.
It does. I'm not a big fan of Hunger Games.
I say what the other
liked it
wasn't
when it
there
came
another
out.
series that South Korea released on Netflix as well? Like I was saying earlier,
Well, Japan released
Yeah,
Alice in
Borderland or something
Borderland,
like that?
oh,
Was-
Borderland.
Borderland.
which is what people are comparing the two now, and it's like they're each their own thing, so let's not compare them.
I
I
am
just know
excited
they're
to
death
watch
games, aren't they?
that.
Though both of them.
Yeah, they're both death games.
So what I'm trying to point out, like both of them, they're
And like the games are fun and stuff in this series, but some of them are definitely pulled from other pieces of media that they're referencing
Yes. Yep.
to.
This had a lot of inspiration because, like Jesus is saying, there's a lot of international like content about death sort of games. Like especially, I know in Japan there's a lot of animes that are centered around these type of concepts.
Like the closest thing we have that's probably Lost. Or like
I can see that.
or like contest type shows like Survivor, Survivor and shit like that. Then no one really dies. They just kind of like fuck off and go home, and they're winning for a cash prize, and it's normal.
Technically, everyone did go home.
Yeah, but they don't. None of them die.
Yeah,
It's just a stereotypical like game show.
No consequences.
U.S. audiences love game shows.
That's
So
true.
just adding death to it, it's
you're not
pretty
wrong.
interesting.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I thought it was a really great and intense games. It's interesting and well drawn out characters as well. Keeps you wondering the whole show with so many twists. And I'm definitely looking forward to season 2 once that comes out.
I'm not looking forward to it too
I
much.
just-
For season 2?
Yeah, there's gonna be a season 2.
Yeah.
With the way they ended the show.
So, I don't know if you guys listening to the English dub.
Yeah, I
while
watched
watching-
it all in
I
English.
I didn't
It
watch it
was
in
so.
I watched
I
all
watched
of it
subbed.
in English.
I watched the sub too.
Did you watch it English show with subtitles on, or just listen to the whole voice?
I watched it with subtitles and
Like,
English.
just,
They're
like
not
it
gonna
was
match
so
up.
no, it
No, they
did
do.
not at all.
They
Some
never do.
scenes, Some of the scenes when they start talking English and you see the subtitle, I'm like, what? Why did they say it like that?
Which is super fucked.
I know a
because
lot of people roast the English dub too.
I heard a little
It's
bit
cheesy,
of it.
but it's
really
not bad. It's not
Okay,
that bad.
all right. So in the sub, so the sub also has some like mistranslations in it that kind of like change the. I already mentioned this shit before, but they like change the characters a little bit. So a fuck up in the dub where the dialogue is different for that just further complicates the translation of the whole show over here. And I don't know how the dub took care of the guys in masks. But
What do you mean how they spoke?
Yeah, did they speak just like normal?
I think they give them different like tones to how their voices.
Yeah, but they did-
did they sound foreign?
No, they have
Because
regular voices.
in the sub, they bring in English
Oh yeah, that was.
English speakers for those characters.
Oh, really?
And
they just sound like normal
They
guys.
sound really fucking bad.
They just
Yeah.
sound like normal guys in the dub.
They sounded so cheesy.
For me,
It's
another way I could tell like it was a different guy was the tone of the English dub because it switched like when someone else talking.
Yeah,
the,
they did
the
have.
mask guy.
Yeah, they have different voices. Yeah.
Like I think that was probably the part that I hated the most were those people in the masks because their voices didn't match.
So bad.
It didn't go in line with the show's tone. They were like overly corny. And
Are we
shit-
gonna break?
That was weird.
Are we gonna break it up by episode? Like
Oof.
just talk about a little bit
No,
by
that's too
episode.
much.
No, we're just
Or
gonna talk
overall
about.
just
What-
gonna
what
talk
is you
about
guys-
the whole show.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the whole show. All right, what is your guys' rating out of 10?
I'll give it an 8.
It's an 8 too.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
A 9. I was about to say we're all in
And
agreement.
he's giving it a 9 after watching it in dub though.
I'm giving it an 8.
Well, I watched a dub with subtitles on.
That's 9
Which
better.
seems worse.
You're reading 2 different forms of dialogue
I
basically.
wasn't.
Yeah,
I was
why
listening to
did
it
you
and
even
reading.
why do you even listen to the dub if you're reading the subs anyways?
Huh? Oh, just cause.
I watched it in dub because for some of the episodes, since there's so much content I had to get through this week, I put it at like 1.25 speed.
Oh,
So
okay.
I couldn't like obviously read that fast, so I had to listen to it instead.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, so let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it an 81 out of 100, and the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter gave it a 90%. Meanwhile, the audience on IMDb gave it an 8.3 out of 10, and the Rotten Tomato audience gave it an 85%. So the average for all these scores is a 84.75.
I feel like part of the score is just the overall hype
Mm-hmm.
over the show. That's why some people would probably give it a higher score than they actually would
I agree.
if it was just something they watched without the prior knowledge of people hyping it up.
I agree.
Because there's definitely things in the show that I'm
Could use some work.
very critical of. Like
Yeah.
I said, those fucking people, and then the main character.
Oh my god.
We'll get into the more specifics here in a
Oh my
second. Let me do
God.
this transition. Let me do this transition real quick. Before we jump into the spoiler-filled review, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and check out these guys on their social media links. Also, we're on most of the podcast platforms, so give us a listen anywhere, anytime. Anyway, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussions. All right, let's take an in-depth review of Squid Games. All right, so let's break it down. What do you guys...
What the fuck was his name? Hua Zhang? Hua Yang?
Let me open up
Song
the...
Gi-hun.
Song Ki Hong.
Song, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Song.
He is a terrible father.
I agree.
Bro, he
Yeah,
is
the main
Well,
character.
he has a gambling addiction as well.
Seong
So.
Ji-hoon.
No, not even that. I'm talking about the ending where he
Oh,
fucking.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, we can jump. We can jump around. Yeah, so he gets his daughter some random gift for her birthday that he doesn't even know what it is.
It's a fucking gun lighter.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
like,
why
dude,
did he even have that in a freaking arcade machine?
why did he go for the random mystery prize? Why couldn't he just get a plush or something?
Why? Man, he's
'Cause it was in a
why
fancy
did
box.
he spend money on a fucking
Crane machine?
a crane machine instead of going out and buying something?
Right, because he's a gambler. He's addicted to
'cause he's
risking it all.
Like he's literally not even certain if he could even fucking win. the
Right,
thing.
he's just addicted to the risk. I think is
Yeah.
the problem. He's just like, oh, I gotta take this money from my mom, and bet it on the horses, and then turn that horse money into a claw machine game, and then turn that claw machine game into a prize for my
Yeah,
daughter.
Dumbass
the
fuck.
main guy kind of upset me most of the time watching the show.
I liked him by the end.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He
And then
mellowed
he
out.
fu- then
After
he
episode
Oh, okay,
6.
He mellowed out towards
yeah,
the end.
yeah, because the old like you
With
get to
episode
know
6,
the
yeah.
He
character,
became
yeah.
more humble. And shit.
Mhm.
And compared to his friend,
Yeah, especially compared to his friend.
man.
What did you guys think about Seong Ji-hoon's haircut? The red one at the end?
That was weird.
It was weird. I don't know.
Why did he go with
I
red?
I don't know.
I thought because it was like the color of the suits that the guys had
maybe.
in the Squid Game.
Knew him, maybe?
I don't
Like,
know.
Oh, I saw this interesting theory video where it's like depending on what colored card you pick when the guy comes up to
Matt Pat's
show you
video?
that.
Oh yeah, you're either one of the guards.
Yeah,
Or
I didn't know Matt Pat made a video on it. I watched an iceberg video, but he made a video on it. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, he did it when I think it was the hype was extremely high.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't see
gotta
that,
check it out.
actually.
I didn't watch that either, but I
Yeah.
gotta check it out.
I watched it even though I never seen the show.
You spoiled it for yourself.
Well, I mean, I didn't think I was gonna watch it, and the next thing you know, last week, let's do it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching a big show there.
But you're glad you watched it, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Enjoyed it.
let's try to make it a little consistent then. So let's start with the red light, green light tournament. Faced with the harsh reality, contestants learn that if they fail this game, they die violently. Seong Ji-hoon is initially shell-shocked as everyone around him is dying rapidly. If it was not for the advice of Cho Sang-woo and the strength of Abdul Ali, he would have surely been dead. Looking back on it now, this was one of the easier matches, yet had the most casualties, and I probably would have been one of the victims, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
if it's red light, green light, and you saw a guy get shot for moving, I feel like that would send a very real signal as to what not to do.
Well,
and
no,
not
because
to
no,
run
when
backwards.
you think about it, it's your flight or fight reaction.
Yeah. Plus, it's it's the shock of seeing the first person die.
You're like, oh shit, this is real. Because you
Like,
were
you-
thinking, like, this is a game.
Yeah, they didn't say like that the fucking
People were gonna
doll
die,
had like
yeah.
laser fucking accuracy to shoot your ass. Like they probably assumed it was just some dude shooting, and like I don't know, they probably thought they could hide behind the other contestants. And
Or they thought it was
escape.
like a stun, like a sleeper gun or something. Because when the guy get up, so hey,
No, yeah.
can you
It's like-
move? And the guy, and then you just
Like,
see
quit
blood.
messing around. He's like, oh shit, this is
And
real.
then he freaks out and he dies.
Yeah, and then everybody else dies because he's freaking out.
God. I thought you were
Maybe I wouldn't have been one of the people who freaked out, but I would have been one of the people who accidentally moved when I was supposed to freeze.
I think
I would-
this game.
that is
and
pretty hard.
I
I'd be
think
like,
this game is probably mine and most people's favorites.
Yeah.
Since it's the the most relatable one and
Easiest to
it's-
play.
Yeah.
You know, a game that I found unique was it was not in the actual tournament, but when it starts off, when the main guy,
Oh, the card game?
not the
Card flipping game?
yeah, the little freaking packet thing.
Yeah,
and
it's to
smack-
flip the other person's
I
envelope.
thought that was the most interesting game I've ever seen in my life.
Ever seen in your
Yeah.
life?
This
Bro,
is
I'm-
a simple, you gotta flip the other person's card over.
Yeah, I know, but it's so like I didn't even know that's like that could be a game. Like what?
You've never played anything that's kind of like it? Because I've played something that's similar. It's,
Yeah, you try to hit somebody's
with a
quarter.
quarter.
Yeah.
yeah. Or Pogs.
No, I don't think I've ever played any of those.
But yeah, that game was interesting too.
And then the fact that once he actually wins the first time,
he wins money.
well, no, he,
He was about
just,
to slap
yeah,
him.
he was just ready to like, finally, I can hit you. He really goes 100%, and the guy catches like, here's your 100,000.
He's like, oh yeah, that's what I
Here's your-
wanted.
Here's your $80.
I mean, that's pretty good. I wouldn't be happy with that if all I
Well,
had
he
to do was
wins,
flip
he
a card.
wins way more than that, though. Remember,
What?
the guy he wins way more than $80. He does it like a lot more times afterwards.
No.
No, he only
does
wins
it.
the once and then he gets the card.
Yeah, he only does it once.
No, he does it more. He
No.
has a whole
He
lot
only
of
won
cash.
one.
He does it once and then he gives them the money.
Gets
Yeah.
the PlayStation card.
No, he does it more than once. I'm telling you.
He
I'm
does it more than
telling
once, but he
you.
only wins once.
Yeah, he only wins.
He
one
gets
time.
slapped like 50 times, but he only wins the last
Then
time.
how, does
then
he,
after
how does
he-
he get all that money when he goes?
'Cause
to-
the guy's
Well,
just
because he
being
got
nice.
10,000 won,
Which is a lot
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
a lot of bills. That they,
No, it was only 2 bills.
No.
He only got 100,000.
dude, he got like almost no money. He got $80, dude.
No, but I swear he won more. I think he played more.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
So, all right, let's say you guys went through the red light, green light tournament and you guys made it out alive. Would you go back to the Squid Games
No.
after getting dropped off back home?
That also bugs me because
I would not.
Because the main character near the end, when he's talking to, the guy,
Talking to the
To his friend?
the mastermind,
Oh.
and he's like, "Why'd you do this to us? Why'd you
Yeah, when
force
he's-
us to do this shit?" And like,
Oh, Ilnam.
Yeah, Ilnam.
yeah, and like he like literally Ilnam fucking said he voted like, yeah, no, we could stop the game, and he let everyone go.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time around, it was all in their fucking like They knew what they were getting into.
Basically, he wasn't in the wrong at the end there.
And still they did it.
That's true.
And the main character's bitching and moaning about it.
He's like, "Oh man, I did this again." Y'all
And like,
gotta
what
stop.
did he expect to happen? Like he was gonna win.
Yeah, it is a little.
And there is the plot hole where it's like
There's a lot of plot holes
the Squid Game, the last game that he did with
with
the friend.
Cho Sang-woo.
Yep.
Is it because the game implied that like a bunch of contestants could win and they all share the money of whatever the pot is? But the game looks like it's only set up for 2 people, maybe a couple more.
Maybe that's a
people or
twist
something.
they were gonna wait till the end to do.
Or maybe the game they play depends on how many people there are left standing.
The fact that they were at an odd number at the end of it.
And up to what point would they stop the game
There's
for them to win?
yeah, that's a good question actually.
Yeah. So like it's weird that like they just conveniently got 1v1. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little weird. I also want to talk about the bed riots after forming alliances. Jung Deok-soo gets his gang together after lights out. Earlier, he killed someone over a soda. Instead of being punished, the money pot grew larger. So, him and his new gang murder as many people as possible once the lights go out. And I think this is a terrifying situation as it's every man for themselves. No help is coming. And to top it all off, they still have more games to play the next day with no sleep. And the lack of sleep is probably what would kill me, since I'd be like so tired and brain dead I wouldn't even know what I'm doing.
And there's 2 more plot holes in that. Like, what if they killed every single person there and they're the last person standing? Do they have to play through all the games by themselves?
Probably, yeah.
Nobody wins the pot.
Yeah, but they fucking die immediately. Especially that glass game. Like, they take one step and then they fucking die.
I was trying to find a pattern when that was happening.
Too. What if another point?
And-
What if they didn't have enough people for the bridge game at the end?
That would have sucked.
And also, like, Il-nam is in that bed area with them. Like, he could have just fucking died.
He knew what he was doing. Obviously, he knew how to get to safety.
But like, there was still a good chance that someone could have killed him.
No one even knew where he was.
But
In that
he
scene.
was on top of a bed.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
Like, what if they
But they
knocked
knocked-
down?
yeah,
they knocked down
a bunch of
several
beds.
beds. They could have just accidentally knocked over his. Like, I'm not saying that they're
Yeah,
aiming
okay.
for him. I'm saying like
I get
there was
what
a
you're
good
trying to say,
chance
yes.
that he could have died.
I also actually really like the bed riot scene because at that scene, that's when they felt safest. Probably like they knew.
Yeah, at the nighttime phase.
The nighttime, they knew they could just relax here. But then the guy kills one of the players, and then they thought, oh yeah, they're gonna probably kill him too because no killing
First
fellow
episode,
players.
yeah, no killing.
Everyone is equal, which I guess they're not.
But
Yeah,
then
exactly.
they say, oh yeah, let's drop the money down, and then that automatically tells them, oh crap, we're not safe anymore.
Like, I'm
So-
surprised, like that everything is equal shit. Like, when that one guy took double food, so then the last couple people didn't get any food.
The last 4.
Well, yeah. Like, why the fuck didn't the red guys punish them for that?
Right.
That's
That's
because that's
not
not
equal.
equal at all.
It was all part of. That was a mini game that they did for that whole night. The night scene. The guy even said it was a whole, like, it was another game that they're doing for that moment to, like, thin out the herd.
Well,
eliminate the weak.
I'm just saying that they're fucking liars.
Well, yeah, about equality, yeah. Also, I was right. The guy did win more.
More than once.
That's what I was looking up.
Dang, they cut it out.
No, they showed him because
Really?
they showed he had a wad of cash walking to the.
Yeah, but they didn't show him win more than once was my issue.
No, they didn't show that he won more, but he had a whole wad of cash
Yeah, he did.
because he even gave it to his mom. Remember, he was sitting there
That's
eating.
true.
He handed his mom. He's like, "Here's month's rent," and then mom brings up, "Did they talk about it?" He's like,
Well,
"What?
up to
Talk
what
about
fucking point is he gonna be able to stop?
what? Whenever you want."
It could go forever.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to point out that he won a lot. A lot more than
He
just,
got lucky
That didn't even
for
fucking
so
matter.
long.
Mm-hmm.
The main character,
He did.
Song Gi-hun got so lucky.
It's almost like they had fucking plot armor.
That's I didn't want to keep saying that, you know.
Like he's the first character that they show off, and like they want you to grow an attachment to him. So of course he's gonna be the one who wins.
Actually, I grew more attachment to the old man than any of the
Ilnam?
characters. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course
Same
you
here.
do because you know he's an old
He's
frail man.
manipulative. Yep.
It's so I'm
Like
so pissed off what they
he's a
did.
really fucking like good method actor
I'm
because
so pissed.
he
know.
pissed and or shit himself on
Oh, yeah.
purpose. It seems,
Mhm.
and he did a really good job at the dementia. Fucking.
Well, he actually had dementia,
Yeah,
I
he
believe,
had the tumor.
but I think he faked it in that scene.
I also want to talk about the bridge game. Nearing the end, players are forced to cross a glass bridge where random panels are designed to break under your way. I've seen memes where walking down the middle could have worked if you didn't get shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I don't think they really cared on how you did it.
Maybe not. In all honesty, I would have died because I'm afraid of heights. But this is a pivotal moment for Cho Sang-woo, Kang Se-byuk, and Seong Ji-hoon as they are the final contestants.
Bro, that whole scene kind of irritated me. Once they got through the bridge,
Mhm.
they blew everything up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what was the whole point
Oh
of this
yeah,
bridge?
and then it did unnecessary damage
Yeah,
to the
because
girl,
yeah,
which
Oh,
is not
yeah.
fucking
Come
equal.
on.
Yeah, that's not equal because
How
she got hardcore handicap from
That's
that,
so
from
fucked.
getting stabbed in the stomach with glass.
Yeah, because then when she went afterwards, they're like, oh, here's the Sue,
Mhm.
and
She
go
couldn't
clean
eat.
up, and they're like, oh, okay, and then you show the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
How did she not die from all that blood loss?
She did.
Well, she probably would have if
She got
Sang-woo didn't.
stabbed.
No.
She probably would have
Yeah,
if
she would've-
Sang-woo didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, she would have, but
Because
She
they
should've been dead long
don't
before that.
believe in doctors in that show.
they should have. She should have
They
been
killed
dead
the
long
only
before then. Is what I'm
doctor.
saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the only doctor in the show was
Was
a
dead.
participant.
Yeah,
So,
which doesn't make sense, but yeah, I guess so.
well, they said why he was a participant.
For being corrupt, I know that, but
Yeah.
but still, should maybe had some doctors or your contestants.
One
could
thing I
compete.
liked, or I thought was interesting, was the even more corrupt team members, the one that were harvesting organs. I thought that was a interesting thing they added there. I like.
Really, I didn't like it.
I like
have
the
it. Where do I have
It was
it?
a random thing. I don't know if
Yeah, so I have why show an underground organ trafficking episode with no payoff. Ultimately, Hwang In-hoo, the leader, ended up saying that he didn't care if they were trafficking the organs from the corpses.
Also, they're implying that they set up this elaborate fucking cremation chamber that has a fucking fake
Drop pen, yeah.
fake drop panel, yeah, that leads directly to the basement. Like, when the hell would they ever have time to set that up?
I think when the island was probably first made.
Nothing important was drawn from that whole arc
I
either.
guess you're right.
Like, we didn't get to see who the buyers were, which I know was the Chinese government, but we didn't even get to see them come in and buy the organs.
Mm-hmm.
We also didn't get to see, really anything important happen there.
Well, we'll get to see how hard it is to get into the back to the original start point.
Yeah,
Because they show that guy ran through 100 doors basically.
that's true.
It's just
It's amazing there.
yeah, and that was so I got confused. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
So now I want to get into some thoughts I had while watching this show. Now, before I do, because a lot of it is sort of criticism, I want to say I did really enjoy the show, and I'm so glad we're having a lot more diversity in media these days, especially this year. We're getting a lot of Asian diversity, which I really enjoy. It's good to see Western audiences finally be more accepting.
Sounds like you're gonna go crazy.
I'm not going to go that crazy, but I do have some criticism.
Before you go into your, what do you think about all the games that they did in the because I know we've only talked about
I
the glass
enjoyed-
game, the red light, green
We
light.
can keep talking about other games if you guys want.
There's
I
only-
did enjoy the games. Like the cookie game was dope too.
I saw
Yeah,
a
the
really
cookie game
weird
was
meme for that one.
fine. It was a little a cop out in terms of how they win.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems pretty easy as soon as you figure out the licking method.
Yeah, there's some really
I'm
weird memes
surprised
from
that
that.
no one caught that one girl using
the lighter?
I don't think it mattered. It's just you
Maybe
had
they
to
didn't
break it.
care about
Yeah,
it.
they don't. I don't think they cared. It's
No,
just
but they
how
didn't-
you break it.
No, but I'm saying it's not an equal game. Plus, they brought in contraband. which is a fucking lighter.
Same
Like,
with
they're
that.
not allowed to have that. I don't think.
I hated that.
I don't
character
think.
so
I don't
much.
think.
Really?
I don't think there was forbidden for that. It's
Well,
just
because the one girl, the like
crazy lady.
the homeless one or
Yeah,
whatever,
like crazy lady.
who
Whatever.
snuck in a knife. Like that's clearly
Oh.
something that she's not
Mm.
supposed to have. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing stuff that can be used as like an advantage.
Surprised she
or
didn't use her
anything.
knife. That was way sharper than a needle.
I think it would have been too big, and it's
Yeah.
not as precise to.
Yeah,
it would've cracked
I'm a
that
little
shit.
disappointed with the amount of games though. So there's 9 episodes, each an hour long, but there's only 5 games.
Six.
In each game, 6, and each game lasted like 20 minutes at most.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I like story building and stuff, but when you have that much, I don't know. I was looking forward to seeing more
There's a-
competition.
I'm also
felt like there was too much
I'm a little
dialogue
de-
in some of the episodes.
I'm a little disappointed in like the amount of characters you actually have like connections to,
yeah.
because especially with how it turned out, where it's just one fucking guy who wins. Like it's just upsetting that you clearly know like who you should be rooting for and who you shouldn't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It should be more like luck of the draw. Like you pick a side, and then maybe you'll be surprised, and that person will
Like
win.
it's a bunch of people that you like, and
Mhm.
not just like 3 people, 4 people you like, and then
Mm-hmm.
half of them are fucking evil,
Make
like
it be-
clearly evil that you
Yeah.
want them to die.
Make it be more game showy, where like you want the contestants to win, and you pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So here's some of the thoughts or criticism I had. How did the Korean police force not notice when 400 plus people disappear in one night and a majority of them never returned home? Like some of these people have families, right? Wouldn't those people report them missing? And some of these people live in the
Actually,
same cities.
I actually don't. I don't think that would happen because I think most of the family knew at this point that more than all of them were in debt, major debt.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember in the beginning, episode 1, where they just start listing off people.
Everybody's debt. Yeah.
Like one guy had 1.3 billion dollars in debt.
Yeah,
which
but
is
even,
probably like $10.
even if they had debt, what-
Billion, bro, billion, not million.
I'm making a joke. It's
Wait.
probably like $10.
$10.
which is still like even still even
So
if
you
you
can
know
only,
they,
you can only assume that they only probably assume that loan sharks took them.
maybe, but still that's
Still
something
400 people in
That
one
is a
night
lot.
is
that's quite a massive number. If that happened here, you
Oh, yeah,
don't
that'd
think
be a
it'd be all
whole-
over the national news?
That's why I don't like the police in this one. Like, except for that one guy, the detective.
That's another point I was gonna come to. So like the police didn't put 2 and 2 together. Not even one of their own detectives goes missing for days on end. When he gave them a call, they're like, "Yo, where you been at?" And he's like, "Come to my location ASAP." They're not like, "What the fuck's going on?" There's also 400 people missing. Are you connected to this in some way?
I believe he even managed to actually send those the evidence through last minute. I believe
no, because it still said like it was
only
stuck in
the
the
last
sending.
2, I believe.
There was like a billion.
Yeah, only but the last 2 he had to try and resend. The other ones were.
Yeah, I
fine.
don't
Well,
think-
then they
No,
didn't
the
show
last-
the cops even
The last,
reacting to it.
the last 2 were all video ones, so that's why it took forever. To
I don't think he's dead either. He got shot in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, did you have something?
I would say another thing you got to probably take into factor is how probably most of the police like they're probably paid off. Most
No,
of them.
I doubt it. I
Another,
really don't think that's the case.
I also wondered why did
It's
detect
$43 million.
why did Detective Wang Junho not kill the gross pig mask millionaire or Huang In-ho, his brother, before he unmasked himself?
I gotta say-
Up until this point, he killed all the guards indiscriminately without hesitation, and suddenly he's feeling remorse.
I gotta say that guy really was gross.
That was a disgusting scene.
He's like, "All right, you're a Red Hood guy, you're dead. Oh, you're a mask man, you're an essential plot character. I'll let you live."
His obsession was 69.
Oh yeah, it was so. bad
Those
in the-
characters
in the
ruined the
sub.
show for me.
They did.
I
They did ruin the show.
loved it up until
I
that
think
point.
it was just that one guy that ruined
Dude.
it.
No,
The rest-
all the rich millionaires were like douchebags, and
It-
I get that that's the point, but
If the dub is different than the sub one, you should hear the sub one. Because it's an extra layer of bad because they sound like fucking like cartoon villains.
Yeah, 'cause they're Americans, aren't they?
they're all white people, yeah.
They're Americans trying to be American.
No, it sounds like it's people from like Europe and shit. Like,
Is it?
Oh God.
Because you can hear like a hint of an accent in some of
I don't know
It
the
sucked.
the guy with 69. I feel like he wasn't.
He had an accent.
Did he? I didn't
Yeah.
hear it.
I think I'm on a hard pass and listening it in Korean.
But yeah, that entire theme was cringy to watch.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't like the
so
millionaire plot
it-
thrown in there.
it took you out of the moment, especially during the bridge game.
You
is
know,
what I'm
like
saying.
I get that some people are gonna want to watch this game. That's the whole point of it. But I don't know. That was just such a sad.
You know how you bring up that it's like 400 people disappear.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think how long have they been doing it? How have the police system overall not noticed that?
That's what I'm saying.
Because the first game, I don't know. Like
yeah,
the
they
honestly-
had
1999,
games
wasn't
for
it?
years,
Was
right?
it like
That's
1999?
right.
and that was
Yeah.
it said part one. They've done multiple parts.
It's like all these people keep going missing, and they're like, "Ah, it's
And
perfectly
then
normal."
and then he goes all the way to what 2020.
Yeah, how did they not notice a decrease in population over the years like that? Come on now.
400. It's like back to back.
This is insane, dude. It does kind of make it seem like they are paid off or something.
Yeah.
I
Maybe-
still don't think they are though.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'll come up in the next season, though. There's got to be a reason to how this happens.
How would you let not even 400, but like millions of people just
like,
disappear?
right? And
I get it.
Isn't there any patrol vehicles out at night to see like 50 white vans all driving down the same street?
I don't think they were white, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like
all
okay.
vans. Yeah.
They were white, I
So you got to think about it. They have to be paid off. Or
All right,
so-
you guys are making a good point, so I'll go along
Some
with it.
type of form, like or something, bribery,
Something's
or
going
blackmail.
on. right,
Like,
something
'cause-
sketchy's going on,
'cause,
man.
like the guys who are
Even if the message, that makes me think, even if the messages went through, maybe nothing will happen.
yeah, because you got to think all the
Yeah.
people who are supporting the Squid Games are millionaires.
Right.
Or
I
yeah.
just wish they would show some indication of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you're
an
not-
officer
the only
taking a
time they-
paycheck or something.
The only time they showed like the cops that they thought that they were crazy because they literally didn't think that.
Yeah, because
that
when
shit
the
was
main
going
character
on.
walks over there, he's like, "There's people have been kidnapped. They're getting
It's
shot,
like, bro,
murdered."
it's like, bro, you really didn't get at least like one other report that something sus was going on that
Yeah,
night.
Exactly.
It's like, come on now.
But I think everyone else had more of a mindset where they're like, no one's gonna believe me.
Even
200
still,
people.
even
You're
even
not
still.
wrong. 217 people to be exact.
I also was wondering. Okay, so
No, it's 201.
this isn't me wondering. This is a statement from me. Cho Sang Woo, the guy with the glasses, and Han Mi Neo, the girl with the curly hair, the older lady,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
are the same characters. Both are willing to do whatever it takes. The only difference is Han Mi Neo isn't afraid to hide who she truly is, and that's why I respect her.
Yeah.
I hate the guy. I hate the
Yeah,
best friend, bro. He
I-
got me heated.
Sangwoo sucked. He's
Yeah.
the worst. He was hiding his intentions the whole time.
Yeah, like the first, like
Well,
since
I-
the second game.
Yes,
for
it's
God's
the
sake.
second game. Yeah.
Like I seen people say they don't like Han Min-ya, but I'm like, at least
She
she
was
was
interesting.
honest.
yeah, she
at
was
least
honest.
she was
but
honest.
That's why I didn't like her.
She's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then she'll kill you. So it's like,
And she was like very clearly manipulative.
I think she was just. I felt like the
Like when she
actor
was
overdid
fucking
it
that
in
guy.
some points.
the what overdid it?
The actor, the girl,
She overdid it. The actress.
Some points she did. She went a little too far. And I get that you're in a game like that. You're gonna go insane. That's probably how you're gonna act. But I felt like it was just too much to me.
Like she is.
But overall, yeah, at least she's just being honest with
Yeah.
herself.
like she is determined to do some shit. Like when she, like
She sets her mind to it. She's like, I'm gonna do
She,
this.
she brought in a
Like-
lighter. She's
Yeah, before she came in, she like shoved cigarettes and a lighter up her cooch, just
like-
so she could have a smoke in the bathroom.
she's like, that's what I'm saying. She's like Song Woo. She wants to win, and she'll do whatever it takes. At least she's not lying about it, though.
Some of the death scenes in this show.
All right, so let's talk about our favorite moments. Me and Aleksey share the same one. So do you guys want to go first?
I mean, Javier, if you can go first.
That's hard because
You literally just watched the show today.
yeah, but that's hard. I can't pinpoint a favorite
All right,
moment.
then me and Aleksey can start it off. Episode 6.
Oh,
The whole episode is so well put together. We get backstories on all the main characters. And what hurts the most is that friends who pair up now have to kill each other. They know, and the audience knows, that there's only a 50% chance one of them is going to make it. And the waterworks really get going in this episode. My favorite character, Abdul Ali, is murdered and betrayed by the cruel Cho Sang-woo. And it really got me. So many great and sad moments in this episode.
This is my favorite scene, although it gets a little watered down because of the last episode. But Ilnam, his backstory, his like dementia act in this scene really, makes you feel bad for him or makes you feel for the character. Mm-hmm. And then, what's his name? His partner.
The main character,
Song Gi-hyun. He also doesn't want him, like, he picks the old man out of not wanting to, like, him be alone or anything like that.
Yeah,
and then
like,
he plays along with him. But once he starts losing, the old man gives him a chance to survive, and he does. But then he starts lying, and then when he realizes...
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't like about the main character is, like, he's all high and mighty about, like, oh, we shouldn't be killing each other, Song-woo, my friend. Like, you're murdering our friends here. And he was literally about to kill the old man because the old man tricked him into thinking he had dementia.
But then the old man, like, literally forgives him for it, and then they make up for it, but then he basically sacrifices himself. And it gets very emotional in that scene. You didn't know that, though, at the moment. So it got very emotional. I actually did tear up a little bit at that scene.
I teared up when Ali died because he was like, he literally went around to do what he was told. Yeah. He brought the bag of rocks with him, and then he sees his best friend walk away while he holds the bag and dumps out rocks. He's like, oh shit, this is happening.
I feel like so I know that you said that you don't like the main character for being high and mighty. Mm-hmm. I like he clearly did what he did because like on a base instinct you want to survive, and he's probably in his head assuming like this is an old guy. Like how much longer could he even survive with the dementia thing?
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying,
and he's thinking about his family and all this shit, and he just wants to survive. And he clearly, like, when he's talking to the old man, it's not like he's happy about how things are turning out. Like, he's still pretty sad that he's screwing over this old man. Like, he knows that he's doing wrong, but
he's got more empathy than most of the characters.
He knows that he has to do it if he wants to get past this.
In his position, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not proud to have to say that, but I probably would have done the same thing if I was in his position.
Yeah.
I also liked Sai Byak and what's the other one?
I liked her too, yeah.
Sai Byak and her partner, whose name I can't remember.
Ji Young.
Yeah. Their stories were really sweet. She kept forgetting that, like, oh, they're gonna die. 'Cause she's like, oh, we should hang out and party.
That was sad.
Never mind. One of us are gonna die.
Yeah,
that was.
Even though she
was a really. Yeah, this whole episode was really greatly done. I was like, they drew out their backstories. Like, they explained why they were there in the games, and then her friend decided it's like, oh, you're here for a better reason. You're here for somebody else.
One question though, you know how what's her name? Is it Han Min-yo, the crazy lady that's really honest?
Oh, that her name was yep.
Yeah. Well, since she survived because she didn't have a partner, if no one picked a partner, would they have just been sent back to their rooms? Like, could they have all literally survived that?
Well, I mean, yes, because if you all decide to leave the game.
No, not leave the game.
I think it was because of the quote unquote bullshit equality. Like, if you don't have a like if there's literally no space to make a partner out of it, then like you just have to sit out for the game.
Okay. So otherwise, if there was a partner and they decided they
probably would have forced them to go together.
Okay.
My favorite episode was actually the one after that one.
Episode 7.
Yeah, because she comes back and then she surprises the dude, obviously.
Oh, yeah, the bully.
And the game was really interesting and fun.
That was the
glass game.
The glass game. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get to see the guys.
Yeah. That was
the creepy guys.
And
I really like
just
that glass
seeing
game.
the different ways of how to fuck over people, like one of them, you know, chucking
Dude,
one
off.
of them into the glass to see if they survive,
And then
I
nobody
mean,
being strong
it's
enough to do
effective.
it back to him.
or blocking the way.
Well,
Yeah.
there was one.
Yeah.
One.
Like
Crazy
literally,
lady.
Suicidal
Yeah,
pact.
crazy.
That was literally a Harry Potter moment. Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort at
Yep,
the edge
yep,
of the
yep.
cliff. It's like, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
I literally told May that. I was like,
Like-
that's straight
like-
from Harry
sorry.
Potter.
like she's so determined. Like
That's
if
why
I
I
can't win, you're gonna fucking die.
That's why I
with
have
me.
mad respect for her. She's brutally honest.
To be honest though, like if she was flipped, like she was
Like
not
Triller?
on her back, like if she was on, like the guy fell first,
Would
I
she have
think-
survived?
I think she would have.
Oh,
the guy had
she used
enough-
them as a meat shield.
Yeah, because like the impact, I think she would have been fine because he was a lot thicker.
He was a
Yeah,
thick
that's
man.
He's a big dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like if she was on the back, she would have probably lived.
Probably,
And
yeah.
then, but they would have shot her
Yeah.
regardless. But I'm saying she
She
probably
would have had a chance to survive, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about them like, man,
And
she
then-
probably could have lived, but at the same
Right.
time, she would have got burnt up anyway. So they burned all the
Yeah,
comments.
they blew it all up. So stupid.
I am surprised how many people died in that one. I would have assumed a couple more people would have survived.
One thing I didn't like about it, well, I did initially like, but then didn't like, was they did a slow-mo shot, of the glass exploding and hitting everybody.
Yeah.
And then they kept reusing slow-mo shots the next 2 episodes. It's like,
Also, the slow mo shot for that glass breaking, it lasted like a whole fucking minute.
I did not
dude,
like that.
I even
Oh,
watched it on
okay.
1.25 speed, and it was still so
That's
slow.
that's what I'm saying. That's what irritated me about that whole why the hell they have to blow up all the glass? They already made it across.
Right. This
And
is
it takes forever to fucking,
God.
to finish the
yeah,
scene.
I do have notes about that. So for me, moments that I think should be changed for episodes 8 through 9 because of all the slow-mo K-drama moments. Like, I haven't watched much K-drama, but I've watched enough to know that this is kind of a trope in those shows.
Yeah, I was actually surprisingly glad that they weren't too like corny in terms of like K-drama type shit. Like,
Yeah,
where-
until the end, until that.
Yeah.
And then the twist, the big reveal, Seong Ji-hoon. Oh, no, that one. The detective finding out his brother is a leader of the organization, which was also like a K-drama type twist. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa, you're in charge, brother? He's like, yes, brother, this whole time it's been me.
I know my favorite moment.
What?
And there's no fucking explanation as to why he's there.
Yeah, it's like he won the tournament. Now he's in charge.
Didn't he win 2 tournaments?
Oh,
or
maybe.
no,
he
he
just
won
won
one
one.
tournament, but it looked like he went into a second one.
I don't think he did. I think he only showed one because the paperwork only showed one name, like him one time winning that one tournament. Because remember, if you go back and if you don't win, you die.
Why did he have that paper in his room then? Was he keeping it as a memento?
I think so.
It is strange to keep records of everything, though. All your evidence like that.
I think my favorite moment is probably gonna be like episode. I don't know if it's a 2-part, like they do episode 1 and 2, but like once they leave the game, they realize how much society sucks.
Yeah.
That whole time they were gone for like a day,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like,
I thought it was like a week or something.
no, like when they go back, like they're
The
back to
first
society.
time
Yeah,
after the red light, green light.
Yeah, like after they're like, okay, let's go, let's leave. They go back and they're living their one day out, and it's just they're
Yeah,
like-
I thought that was a week, but I guess not. I don't know.
they're just like, wow.
Wow, life
My life
sucks.
sucks, and everyone's like that.
Yeah.
Like you see everyone's point of view. Besides the old man, the old man, you don't really, they
He
don't
just
show.
kind of tricks the main character into going back.
Yeah.
Oh, Alexei.
Which
Do
I
you
think
know
it
how to
was a
use your
planned thing.
hands?
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking.
Because
Like,
he was at the store the same time the main character was.
I think
Don't
that
know.
I think that they intentionally built up their relationship over time,
Yeah.
just for that moment at the end on episode
Yeah.
9 to show that,
Definitely, I
was
agree.
good. But yeah, no, I think my favorite scene was that whole portion right there because it just shows how much like debt they really are and how fucked they are going
Yeah,
back
the
into
harsh reality.
Yeah, going back into
I
reality.
I think the what's her name?
The
Sai-
North Korea.
Sai Biak makes a really good point. She's like, we escaped for a better life, and we're here struggling still.
Yeah.
So it's like, oof, that hit hard.
Like another thing that I think about is like the best friend, the main guy's best friend,
Oh yeah,
like
Sang-woo.
yeah, Sang-woo, when he leaves, because didn't he vote to leave too?
Yeah, I think so.
But when he leaves, goes back onto the real world. He sees his mom one more time, and then he's just like thinking about like why did I leave?
Right.
Like I thought like at that point I think he just goes insane afterwards. Like he realizes like there's nothing out here for me at this point.
He breaks. He's like, I have to do this.
Do you think he'll go back to the games?
Who, the main character?
Yeah, in second season, or do
I
you
don't
think he's going to try and stop it?
Yeah, he
somehow?
said he was going to try to stop it. So I think that's what he's going to do.
That's gonna be tough.
I also had another piece of criticism here. Seong Ji-hoon adopting Kang Se-byuk's younger brother. So after winning the Squid Game and getting his payout, Seong Ji-hoon fulfills his promise to take care of Kang Se-byuk's younger brother. Except he immediately gives her away to Cho Sang-woo's
Still a terrible
mother,
father.
along with the money. I don't know about the Korean rules, but in America, I don't think you can adopt a child and then unexpectedly drop him off at a friend's house forever. Even with a lot of money, I'm still not sure that's
Yeah, what kind of
legal?
adoption is that? Like, he first has a daughter, a real one, like that,
Yeah.
flesh and blood, and then leaves her, and then he adopts another kid, and then automatically the next one leaves that
Abandoned
kid.
immediately.
Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, and to top it all off, Seong Ji-hoon went through all this pain and suffering for his own mother only to find her dead. So he goes with plan B instead, which is to see his daughter. But he also bails on that. So the whole ending felt very loosely put together to me.
Did he even give any money to the daughter?
I don't think so. He didn't even get on the plane, so I doubt it.
And what the fuck is he gonna say to explain?
Like, where did I get all like $37 million?
Oh, not even that. Like, how the fuck is he gonna explain to his daughter, like, hey, actually, I'm not coming?
Yeah, by the way, something came up. I got to stop this underground international game going on. It's
I
like,
can't believe he gave away all
Dad,
the
you're
money.
crazy.
That's what blows
Did
my
he
mind.
give
it
away all
was
the money?
it was in one suitcase. I mean,
He-
I don't think you could fit in that much.
Could be a
money.
giant chat.
I think he gave him most
It wasn't a
of the
check.
money.
That was money.
It was
Yeah.
cash.
Oh,
Yeah,
cash.
it was cash.
I think he, yeah, it was all really rushed at the end. Especially since the daughter already has a bad impression of the dad after, watching him beat up her stepdad.
I don't. It wasn't beating up. He
Well,
punched
slapping,
him,
yeah, punched him.
really
But
hard.
To be
still, it was
fair-
painful for her.
Well, you gotta think about it, like what the stepdad did. Remember?
The stepdad
He
tried to
offered
buy
mon-
him out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he was just like, if I give you the money for your mom,
I would have taken it.
never
come back.
And then all the daughter scene was, why are you beating up the person that's actually been in my life for
Yeah,
longer
exactly.
than you have?
That's still, that's
And-
still painful for her.
Yeah.
And then
so-
like her dad's not coming back at the end.
I don't think the stepdad even justify either.
They're both in the wrong.
Yeah. So
What do you guys rate it? What's your final
Still
rating?
an 8.
Still an 8.
still probably a 9.
Still an 8. All right, let's read some online reviews. This IMDb audience member gave it an 8 out of 10. I love it, but the last 3 episodes killed the vibe.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100. Hwang knows how much convincing he needs to do to bring his viewers on board with the premise. Unlike the cop, the audience will buy into Squid Game's world without a fuss. Credit to Hwang's skills as a filmmaker and writer. Forget the negative connotations the phrase binge-worthy stirs up. In the binge era, this show is as good as they come. This, huh?
I wouldn't say binge worthy, but because you kind of had to really focus on it.
Yeah, and there's long episodes, so you got to take a break and stuff.
Like I said earlier, some of the episodes, just the dialogue felt longer than.
Speaking of that, I want to say one thing. Episode 8 is only 35 minutes long, but it felt as long as the hour-long episodes because of the dialogue.
I didn't feel it. No, like some of the episodes, I don't know. I think it was like 5. It was only like 50 something minutes. It felt like it was 2 hours long. That's what it felt like to me. I was watching like,
Like watching a
whoa,
James
and then
Bond.
because I think I paused it real quick to use the restroom, and I was like, I'm only 13 minutes in.
This Rotten Tomato audience member gave it a 3 out of 5. Survivor plus Hunger Games equals Squid Game.
Exactly. That's exactly what an American viewer would say.
Watched it because of all the publicity has been receiving. Is it a must-see? No, I don't give it points for its pace, and for the most part keeping me engaged. Would I go to the bother recommending it? No. Giving it a 3 out of 5 stars is generous. However, I did watch all the episodes. It kept me engaged only because I was expecting more. It is more time for... Yeah, I don't understand the rest because there's typos. So this Rotten Tomatoes critic gave it a fresh. Squid Game has one of the best first episodes of television I've ever seen. It shows the results you can get by investing in programming from around the world.
Dude.
Yeah. So,
Get off the hype train.
check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this one so far. We upload new episodes weekly. Also, check out our Patreon if you have any help. If you have any help to offer it, it's greatly appreciated. All right, some content we've seen this week. What are some shows or movies you guys watched?
One Piece.
I saw Sopranos season 5. I just finished it this morning.
Hey, how many more seasons are left?
Season 6 and then season 6 part B.
Oh,
Part 2, you mean?
almost done with
No,
it.
it's
dude.
I know it's called
It's-
Part B,
yeah.
which is weird.
Because I think it's one season, but it's just a longer season than usual.
I also watched a little bit of One Piece. Probably something
my
else,
gosh.
but I literally can't remember anything I've done past week.
That's what you said every week. He's
I
like,
know. Well, I do work second shift, so it's not like there's much I can do.
You
So
game a lot.
the three of us managed to watch Spirited Away this week.
That was really good.
It was
Dude,
released.
I was so sad
I
to be
was
like
so happy to see it in
7, 8
theaters.
minutes late. I was
You
like,
were.
but
it-
the line.
Yeah, it was insane that day.
If you didn't know, that same day, they did an early access to 007.
And then there was a signing for something.
Yeah.
Really?
There was
There was
some
a
dude on
sign-in
the
for
table.
You know, the thing is,
There
I
was-
saw you guys planning this in the chat while I was at work. I was like, oh, come on. These guys are out here about to go see a movie. I'm over here stuck at work.
Yeah, the Howl's Moving Castle's next coming out.
So
Theaters.
this movie was released March 28th of 2003. Plot: during her family's move to the suburbs, a solid 10-year-old girl wanders into a world ruled by gods, witches, and spirits, and where humans are changed into beasts. It's directed by Hayao Miyazaki, starring David Chase and Susan Pleshette. I rated it a 10 out of 10. What about you guys?
10
I
out
read
of
10
10.
out of 10.
Yep, it's great.
I mean,
10 out of 10.
like I said, you've seen the movie
Yeah.
before.
We've
I
all
have it on
seen the
DVD.
movie. It is amazing.
Dude,
Go watch it
honestly-
if you haven't. You're missing out.
Honestly, watching it in theaters though is so much better.
Yes,
experience.
you get to notice a lot more little details.
Yeah, that's how.
Was it subbed or dubbed?
It was dubbed.
There actually, I think they had two, both versions. That's just
Yeah,
we chose
I think
dub.
sub
Yeah.
was the day before.
I didn't
prefer-
even choose.
I think
just
dub is the
went
better
with whatever
version
you
still.
went with. I liked the dub. It was really good.
It was amazing. Loved it. The dub acting in this movie is good too. All of it was amazing.
At least like
Can never get tired of this story.
like when we did go, at least the audience were all respectable too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
they were all-
there was
they
no
were all
kids.
fans of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no kids playing around or anything.
It was a packed house.
Yeah, theater was full. It got hot, dude. I was
Yeah.
sweating.
Bro, because you guys are like,
All that
like
body
what,
heat.
2 or 3 rows above me. And
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, man, there's a lot of people on here.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
gotta get
It
warm.
was
Like,
Oh,
packed.
I do got to say one thing.
What?
I finally signed up for the premium.
Oh, the
Finally,
celebration.
bro. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
You're gonna save
I gotta give
so
a round of
much
applause,
money.
by the way.
How does it feel to save money now?
Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
'Cause you're spending like $18
Yeah.
every time you go.
Which is
$20.
Which is the
Well, not
price
that
of my
much.
beer.
That's only if you see it in
That
IMAX.
$2
Which
hurts, bro.
Bro,
You
which
can't-
we did watch it all in IMAX.
Yeah,
most of
majority of the movies
Yeah.
we watch in IMAX.
them. Like 007. I don't know if you
I
watched
didn't see
it.
that in IMAX. I didn't see that in
Oh.
IMAX. I just saw it at Rivertown.
Any other content you guys want to talk about?
Not really.
All right, let's roll the credits. You guys got any recommendations for any media this
Super
week?
Carlin Brothers. They do a lot of Harry Potter stuff and other like do Nintendo. They do theories and all that like stuff like that. It's really cool.
Nice, nice.
I watched a Wendigoon video or two.
Wendigoon is dope, dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Love his channel.
Is he Wendigo?
It was good.
Well, that's his
It's a good
logo.
video.
Okay.
He's awesome. He does like supernatural
You
type
got anything,
content and stuff like
Javi?
that.
I don't want to.
Icebergs.
It's on YouTube. Like it's
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Do your best.
I'm gonna freaking
Do
butcher
your
the
best.
YouTube.
Do it.
Dude.
It's like Vivi Pop or something like that. They do
Busy Pop.
Oh,
Oh,
Busy
yes.
Pop, yeah. I
Has
don't
been
know if you're-
Hotel.
Yeah, both of them, like the Hella Boss and
Hell of a Boss. Yeah,
Hell of a
love
Boss.
that show.
bro. Both. I recommend watching that. I don't know if all of your audience.
I'm all
seen-
caught up
A lot
with
of
it.
people
Oh, the
know what
audience
it is.
members.
Yeah, audience like both. They only have one episode for the hotel one.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
big project.
Yeah.
That one's just a pitch that they're working on for an actual studio to.
Yeah, but
pick
like
up.
both shows are really good. I mean, highly recommend checking them out.
Definitely check it out. All right. So the plan for next week is Halloween Kills and what did
It was Friday. Oh wait,
Wait,
Nightmare
Halloween
on
Kills,
Elm
what's
Nightmare
that
on
one?
Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
What's Halloween Kills?
The new Halloween
New
movie
Halloween
next week.
movie.
It comes out in theaters next week.
You're gonna watch it.
I'll watch it, but I've never heard of it until now.
Yes, you
We
did.
watched the
We
trailer.
saw the trailer.
When?
That was a while
Like
ago.
a week-
Well, you
ago.
know, with us,
I don't
like,
remember.
a couple years ago when we watched Halloween in theaters.
Yeah, we watched the
I
other
didn't
one
watch that in
theaters.
theaters, did I?
Anyways, if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema.
Are we not gonna do 6 more different other things at the same time?
Heck
bro.
no, until
Let's
next
not do that again.
See you later.
So what are we getting for food?